what is a 5-game win streak for Florence. You won your last 5 at home as well. Florence is looking to continue it going here. Actually, a 4-game win streak, trying to extend it to 5, and then still 5 at home. Ben, how are you feeling? It's been a busy day at the ballpark. Bluey night. The stadium is packed, and we're ready for some baseball.
A lot of home games here at Thomas More Stadium, and it really does not get more fun than when you're winning. It really is a good time to be at the ballpark. You know, vibes are high, very high with this team. They're 10-2 in their last 12 games. You got to think, too, about the baseball they've been playing. It's a double-edged sword. The 2 losses that they've had in the 12 games since the All-Star break, they blew a 5-run lead to these Gateway Grizzlies and a 6-run lead to the Windy City Thunderbolts. So, in a lot of ways, this team has been playing a lot of innings of really good baseball. You just take out those last few innings of those 2 games, and you know this is a team that definitely looks like they're playing for a playoff spot.
Yeah, it's only a few blips in those games, right? And yesterday we were talking about it. That might have been one of those blips. Florence able, obviously, to get the big-time 3-run homer from the captain, Hank Zeisler, to win what was a back-and-forth game with the Joliet Slammers, swept them out of Florence, and also, put them pretty far down in the playoff spot. Florence 38-30, 8.5 games back from the 47-22 Wild Things. 2.5 back from the second-place Evansville Otters, who hold on to that first wild card spot. Florence still in a playoff spot with the second wild card. In the West Division for these Gateway Grizzlies, they're just 2 games below 500, kind of where we were, thinking about Joliet. Obviously they had that 3 games taken away. We were kind of, comparing those teams. Joliet wasn't too far behind Gateway and Windy City, both those teams below 500, but this is a team that is right behind you in the playoff race. You had a good point. They're not really thinking about Florence. They're closer to their division lead than they are to the Yalls.
It's a little bit like, you're really just thinking about yourself in a lot of this, so it's kind of strange to think about the fact that they're actually closest to Schaumburg. Only 3.5 back of that first place in the West Division. That's just how good the Central Division has been this year. So I got to put yourself in the shoes of Gateway or Windy City, both of them. You're not thinking as much about Florence as you are thinking about the team closest ahead of you. They're probably saying to themselves, Schaumburg is more catchable than Florence is. The only little difference there is that Gateway has 4 against us, so they control their own destiny in that fact a little bit. But, it's definitely, I think, puts into perspective, if anything, for Florence, just how much of a cushion that you have. Quickest way for that to switch is to lose some games to the team that's chasing you.
Yeah, and it's going to be a weird weekend, right? Obviously, some weather in the forecast for tomorrow, a doubleheader. It's always weird when you have a 4-game series. Florence's only 4-game series was against Joliet. They were able to escape that 2-2 in Joliet the last time they were there at Slammers Stadium. But weather not looking too good tomorrow, not looking too good on Sunday. At least, it's good here tonight. Doesn't seem like any rain, although it's a little overcast. Still some cool temperatures. But you kind of feel like, hey, you might only get a couple in this series. If not, you have this as the best day. Got to make what it's worth.
Yeah, you certainly do. And I think maybe, I've talked to different coaches, different managers at different levels all about this. It could affect who you throw, who you don't throw. You never are banking on a rain out, but you can maybe get a little aggressive with your pitching staff. Either Florence or Gateway can, just knowing how unlikely 3 more games in this weekend is. There were some logistical things that didn't make a doubleheader today possible, but I think that if anything, you could have 1 game canceled or they push to a doubleheader Sunday. There's a lot of different factors that go into this.
Yeah.
That it's going to make it interesting, but we talked about all day how it probably benefits Florence more than anything if a game gets canceled. You're the team that is at 5 spots up, so the less games played, usually the better.
Absolutely, and it's going to be interesting baseball all weekend long, but also should be some good crowds. Bluey night here always brings out a lot of kids, but also, their families as well. The concourse is absolutely packed, swarming with kids trying to see Bluey, and then as well a bunch of companies here tabling on the concourse as well. But country night tomorrow, a doubleheader. That's another big game as well, and always, brings a good crowd on Rockin' Saturday. Florence 38-30. The Gateway Grizzlies 32-35. The Yalls will send out right-handed pitcher Nathan Lawson, who's looking to rebound after a tough outing his last time. Gave up his lowest inning total, 2 1/3. How is he going to bounce back tonight?
I'd like to see him fill up the strike zone a little bit. Against Windy City, it was uncharacteristic. He's never a huge strikeout guy, but he's never someone that loses the zone a little bit. Now, that being said, he's another one of those guys who fell victim to, and that stretch there was a lot of, unearned runs, and defense just not helping you out. Now, his unearned runs are a little more of the, should be out of the inning as opposed to a lot of the runs coming in on errors. So it's still a little bit that he gave up, but obviously hoping for a little more favorable defense. That was a stretch of, it was 11 errors in 4 games from the Florence defense, which was not pretty. So I think a little better defense can maybe just help him get over that hump.
I was wondering why we were so low there. I mean,
Jeez, now you just blew out my ears.
Yes, there we go. One of our max audio things on the board was a little low, so we are all good, and hopefully you guys heard all of the pregame show here. Florence is going with a similar lineup to what we've seen. You'll see Jackson Tucker, Brendan Bobo, and Kyle Harbison on the bench. Leading things off will be Tyler Schoenfeld, and I think that's the biggest sign already, is that he is okay, did not have a concussion from that collision last night. You have your trusty leadoff man who has been on fire as of late. 4 hits yesterday before leaving that ball game.
Yeah, I went downstairs, right before that game to the dugout, and he was all smiles and laughing. It was just precautionary. A 102 game season, you don't want to risk it playing a few extra innings in one game. Get him out of the game, get him that concussion check. He came back all clear, everything totally normal according to Florence trainer Patrick McCormick. So obviously good to see. He's somebody that has done a lot of damage against this Gateway team. Since the All-Star break, he's been one of my stars for Florence, just with all the havoc he causes on the base paths.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you feel like you can't not talk about the captain, Hank Zeisler, and his day yesterday, but also the series that Hank had against Joliet really was on fire. I mean, he picked up 3 homers, 9 RBIs, 5 for 12. They're almost hitting 500, 3 runs scored, a walk, and a K. He has certainly come into his own with the power stroke, now leads the team with 13 long balls. And, Ben, it wasn't until I was driving home yesterday that I realized that walk-off home run, that made him tied for the franchise record in home runs, so he's just 1 away.
Yeah, it's interesting. You didn't bring it up in your call. I didn't bring it up in the interview, but there was just so much at stake that I don't even know if it would have snuck in, if we would have remembered, just with how obviously a walk-off home run doesn't need to be said, how impactful it was on the game. Also the moment, gets to former teammate in Sean Gamelin, some gamesmanship going back and forth between Florence and Joliet yesterday. So that was a great moment. It was another one of those moments, and we've had a lot of these. We've talked about how the ballpark tends to dwindle down a little bit in attendance as later games go on. Just another one where there weren't a whole lot of fans in the stands, but the ones that were the real, y'all's fans that watch every game and go to a lot of games. So it was a pretty cool moment to see some of those people get excited, and just a huge, hopefully momentum, not really shifting. He had a lot of momentum, but momentum keeping maybe a home run going into a big 4-game series.
Yeah, and he loves hitting against these Grizzlies. 429 average against them this season, 3 homers, 11 RBIs. That somehow ranks second on the team, only to Dylan Baker, 6 homers, 23 RBIs in 11 games played. There are actually 8 games played there, a 406 batting average for Dylan Baker. Both of them in the lineup today. Let's take a look at that Florence lineup. Fully through and through. The center fielder, Tyler Schoenfeld, will lead things off, followed by the second baseman, Brett Blomquist. In the 3-hole, the first baseman, the captain, Hank Zeisler. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Zane Richardson. In the 5 slot, the right fielder, Milo Rushford. Batting 6th, the third baseman, Garrett Broussard. In the 7th slot, the left fielder, Marcus Brodell. The shortstop, Dylan Baker, batting 8th. And rounding out will be the catcher, Zach Beadle. On the other side, for Gateway, certainly a new look lineup from when we just faced them a week ago. They returned Dale Thomas and Sawyer Smith, getting a little healthier there. Those are 2 big pieces that they were missing in that last series against Florence. Makes their lineup a lot more complete.
It does. We both made that comment to each other earlier today. Thomas and Smith, a big part. You know what else? You kind of look at, you go back just a week ago, the first time we played him after that All-Star break. Darrell Lee was not a starter. He came in to replace an injured outfielder. In that first game of the series, hitting just below 200, didn't think much of him. Look at his stats now. He's hitting .323. He just had his first multi-home run game of the season last night. I mean, it is a completely different player. They really have found somebody in Darrell Lee as a leadoff hitter. So that's another guy who's going to make an impact in a kind of feels like a new look in that lineup for Gateway. Yeah,
and he has been red hot as of late. That is what the scouting report is for Darrell Lee. Can't seem to miss a barrel. Ty Good on the mound for the Gateway Grizzlies, the former Florence Y'all, taking on Nathan Lawson. The Y'alls are out on the field. We're ready for our national anthem. First pitch coming up in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Lovely, lovely rendition of our national anthem. We're ready for first pitch here at Thomas More Stadium. Nathan Lawson takes on the Gateway Grizzlies, Game 1 of the 4-game series on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Thank you for listening to the 50 West Brewing pregame show, always inspired by the Great American Road Trip across Route 50, 50 West, the premier brewery in the Cincinnati area. Go visit them at 7605 Worcester Pike, Cincinnati. Nathan Lawson looking for redemption, and who better to come against a team that he had a very good last outing against back on June 23rd in Gateway. 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, just 2 runs allowed, 3 walks, and 6 Ks in a 10-7 win for Nathan Lawson. 3-1 with a 6.63 ERA across 7 starts and a couple appearances out of the pen for the right-hander out of Western Kentucky. First 3 he'll face Darrell Lee, Jose Cordoba, and Dale Thomas. Bringing a lot of pop at the top of the order. Cordoba, 2 home runs against us the last time that Gateway was here in 1 game. Dale Thomas, 2 home runs against us in Gateway. Darrell Lee, 323 with 6 cranks on the season, 20 RBIs. He has been red hot.
Yeah, as opposed to some of these Florence pitchers that we talk about, are really good at getting acclimated after a 3-run inning. We talk about Yannick Villalobos, Seven Webster being like that, and kind of just forgetting about it. Lawson's one of those guys, you typically know what kind of start you're getting within the first or second inning. He's somebody who relies a little bit on that momentum, and, when he's cruising, he really is cruising. I would like him to see him be able to just manage a situation with the bases loaded, to manage, some of those jams a little better than he has, so we can go deeper into the game, not just about limiting runs, but also a game like this. Boy, Florence does not have the prettiest availability report right now when it comes to the bullpen after they used, a lot more than they should have yesterday.
Yeah, and, we both expected Heinz. We figured Lynch, he didn't get an out yesterday, but also didn't throw too many pitches. We both expected those 2. It seems like those are the 2 available. I was speaking to Isaac Milburn before the game today. He said he might even be available for today.
Yeah.
We figured that he would be starting one of the games tomorrow, or at least figuring to be a bulk reliever. Don't know if that can happen if you do throw today, but we'll see how Florence plays it out. Hopefully, clean start from Lawson, and you can get 2 innings from Heinz, an inning from Lynch, and call it a game. That one's fouled away. The first pitch underway at 7:06. 3 minutes off base. Overcast skies. Wind not doing too much out towards right field, but it is a beautiful day at Thomas More Stadium. 0-1 the count to the lefty.
It is a beautiful night. I was a little scared when I started to see it dim with those clouds that looked a little too gray for me.
Yeah. Ground ball right side. A 2-hopper over towards Blomquist. Gloves it at the chest. Throw on to first is in time. 4-3 on the putaway. Good start there for Nathan Lawson.
Because I really don't think we could have afforded having not being able to play a game tonight.
No.
That would have been a bit ugly.
You might have needed to make up 4 games. A little 4-game jamboree on Sunday.
That'd be awesome. A little 4-3 inning games.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind if they just throw out some softball games for us.
Just 4 sudden deaths.
Just call up the Gateway front office and say, we're going front office versus front office softball.
Wonder if their front office went undefeated and won the championship.
I highly doubt it. I certainly know a front office that did in the Frontier League. First pitch, swing and a miss to Jose Cordoba. That slider breaking outside. I also doubt they were facing if they did go undefeated, they weren't facing the best of the best in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky.
Probably not. That'd be a long drive.
0-1 fouls it away. Dale Thomas already breaking rule number 1. Can't move that on-deck circle. Caught him live on camera.
So heard it was an ejection. And that's what
already
Toby
an
Hall
ejection.
said to the umpires in the ground rules meeting.
Called time, an 0-2 count.
Tell you what, though, my dad's in attendance today, so he'll be really excited to see those McSwain on deck circles. Does some CFO work for him.
From the stretch, Lawson delivers the 0-2. Off speed, misses outside, 77 there. One and 2 the count, 1 away with the bases empty. Kick the 1-2 pitch, misses outside.
This might be one of those games where we really got to get that fan up and moving.
Are you hot already?
You know, a little sweat.
Here's the 2-2. Grounder down the third baseline. Broussard will glove it foul. Did have a nice little throw over to first, but a foul ball count stays 2-2.
Broussard getting thrown into that starting lineup again. It's been a while since he's had a break, and I'm excited to see. You know, I wouldn't call it a slump because it's only been a couple of games, but he did have that 0 for 5, 3-strikeout game yesterday with the error. Again, uncharacteristic of him a little bit. It was that series against Gateway where it felt like he just had 25 possible chances over at third base, and 20 of them were just insanely difficult throughout the series.
Lawson settles, glove at the chest. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Slider, check swing. Does not go around, a full count. Jose Cordoba came in with a rocket start for Gateway. It was, part of his debut facing Florence. Obviously picked up 2 home runs. It was just the second series of his, career with Gateway. 4 home runs, 7 RBIs. Still hitting .292. Just seems like cooled down on that power stroke a little bit. Fastball called, strike 3. Dots up the lower outside corner. Perfectly placed touch in the zone. First K of the day for Nathan Lawson. 2 outs in the inning.
Pretty good call from Jacob Waldrop. It's a crew we haven't seen in a little bit.
Yeah, it is. He is, however, one of the many, that have tossed Toby Hall this season.
Few/many, I like that.
Dale Thomas will dig in. Was not here in the last series that Gateway came to face Florence. Mentioned in the pregame show, had a big first game against Florence. Picked up a multi-home run game. Really was the heartbeat of that Gateway lineup. First pitch in there for a strike. Florence in the all-blue jerseys, much to Ben's dismay. But it's Bluey night, Ben.
No, Bluey night you have to. I mean, it's only right.
0-1. Grounder left side. That's through for a 2-out single from Dale Thomas. Picks up hit number 1 on the day. That'll bring up the lefty Bryson Horn. That's not a guy you want to see.
No. Leads this team in RBIs at 52.
Yeah, the last time he was here in Florence, 2 of those games, he started off in the first inning with a 2-run homer. So I was going to say, that's not a guy you want to see with a runner on base in the first. Dave Halbrin tuning in. Son of y'all's owner, Danny Halbrin. 2 outs, runner on first. The lefty skies one high in the infield, left side. Baker and Broussard all over it. Baker with the call, and he makes the grab to end the inning. Just a single for Dale Thomas. Nathan Lawson keeps it quiet. Florence gets their first crack when we return to the bottom of the first on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom half of the first inning is always brought to you by Heritage Bank. At Heritage Bank, we believe your money should work as hard as you do. Proudly local, fiercely dependable. That's the Heritage difference. Visit heritagebank.com to find a branch near you today. Ty Good, the former Florence Y'all, pitching at Thomas More Stadium for the first time since early 2025. Ty Good has faced Florence already twice this season, back on June 12th 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, and 9 Ks. A lot of that damage came in the first inning. Then again, June 24th against Florence, still at Gateway, 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, 6 walks, and 6 Ks. Florence that time was able to get action against him in the 6th. He was good all the way until then and then blew up in the 6th. So Florence going to try and level out, maybe just hit him all the way around through, and that would be a pretty good day for me, Ben.
It would. We've gone on record, and I guess we'll start saying this first and foremost before the offense comes up. There's just not a lot of trends on who specifically this offense hits, on when they hit. It just is contagious. So, we see a lot of cold spells, a lot of offers until one guy just gets on base, starts to rally, and they love hitting after it. It does feel, and pitch clock violation to start on Ty Good.
Good job
we
there.
got, how about Drew Durstock on the?
Is it Drew or is it Vlad? It's Vlad.
Vlad. I won't credit Vlad then.
Good job, good job. 1-0 the count to Schoenfeld. Bryson Horn, the third baseman, will come in on the grass. First pitch is in there for a strike.
Point I was getting to was, a lot of players say this, is kind of coach speak, player speak, a cliche about being selfless. It actually does feel like this team just loves playing as a team, and loves starting these rallies. 1-1,
misses downstairs. 2-1 the count. This season for Ty Good, a 5-1 record, 4.97 ERA, 15 games, 12 starts, 63 1/3 innings pitched, 48 walks to 63 Ks, and a very good outing his last time out, 2-1 in there for a strike. It was his first win since June 18th. 6 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and 6 Ks against the Lake Erie Crushers.
Pun intended, very good.
Very good. Good was great.
I hate that because that's probably a joke has been made a professional baseball player maybe 4-digit times.
Yeah, no, it's been made a lot, I'm sure.
That'll be the last one.
You know what? I actually can say I never made a joke about it on this broadcast. I'm pretty certain. 2-2. Hard hit into center field for a base hit. Tyler Schoenfeld continues his great spot at the plate. 4 hits yesterday. Leadoff single today.
I just said a statement a couple of days ago about his impact to the base paths. And if he can get that batting average up to 285, 290, he's already at 281 before that single. So he's starting to turn into that really impact guy.
Schoenfeld on record watch, 43 stolen bases this season. He's chasing down his own single season record, which is 46. So 3 away from tying it, 4 from breaking. Has a 4-game series here at home. Should be a good chance to break it. That one misses inside to Brett Blomquist. Blomquist, heck of a day at the plate yesterday as well. He was 3 for 5 with 4 RBIs. Walk and now hitting .327 on the season. He blistered one in the 9th. It was layout catch in left field. Saved the game. Ground ball, base hit up the middle. Back-to-back singles for Florence. Runners first and second. Nobody out.
It's not just these two in particular. There's been different guys at the spot, but especially these two. How many times have we seen just back-to-back singles?
Yeah.
Leadoff hitter, 2-hole guy.
Actually, less than 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
They did the same thing yesterday. Zeisler hit a ground ball, moved both of them to second and third. Zane Richardson with the sac fly to bring home the first run of the day. That was yesterday. Let's see how the captain attacks it today. 1 home run away from the all-time franchise record. 46 home runs in the career for Zeisler. Had a big year last year. Now leads the team once again with 13 on the season. Runners first and second. First pitch. Misses inside 1-0. Let's take a look at that defense for Gateway. Lee in left, Brandon in center, Castillo in right. Horn at third, Smith at short, Thomas at second, Orff at first, and Alvarez doing the catching. Schoenfeld bouncing around over at second. The 1-0 in there for a strike at 88, top of the zone, 1-1. Zeisler yesterday, a 3-run walk-off blast. He had 5 RBIs in the ballgame. Now 71 on the season, also a team high. The 1-1 skies it high out towards left field. In comes Lee. Plenty of room for him. Makes the grab for out number 1.
Yeah,
One
be
away.
clutch all the time. and Zeisler, 71 RBIs. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It feels like he's someone who always comes through in that situation.
Glad that fly ball happened today than yesterday.
Yes, I would take that switch. I definitely would.
Brings up the face of the Florence Yell, Zade Richardson. How about the season he's having, now hitting .355? Shaney fell with a rolling lead over at second. He will stay put. First pitch in there for a strike on the off speed. Florence in back-to-back innings, essentially, facing a former Florence Y'all. Sean game one in the ninth yesterday, now tied good. 0-1, fouls it away. 90 miles per hour in on the hands of Richardson. Richardson was 1 for 4 yesterday with a double, an RBI. Oh, to the count. One away, runners first and second. 0-2, misses downstairs. Straight over the top there. It's 20 inches of vertical break. It's like a catapult from Ty Good.
Yeah, Good has that interesting delivery where it just is fully over the top.
.2189 on the spin rate. The 1-2, off speed. Called strike three out of the glove of Alvarez. Throw down to third is not in time. Tyler Schoenfeld with a stolen base. That's 44th on the season. It'll be a called strike three on Zade Richardson.
That was one of the weirdest strikeouts I think I've seen. And Schoenfeld just doing a great job of reading. I think that head's okay. But I feel like Richardson didn't even mean to put the bat down there. Like, it was late. It's a weird check swing.
Brings up Milo Rushford. Runners at the corners. Good trying to strand 2 runners aboard to start off the inning. Florence trying to bring one home. Off speed in there for a strike. For Good, it came over to Florence midway through 2024, had 7 starts, a 1-2 record, and an 8.8 ERA. That was after a season at USC where he was, working a whole college season and immediately came over throwing more innings. So a lot of innings on the arm.
Yeah.
Florence wanted to bring him back for 2025 in a relief role. 7 1/3, 10 hits, 11 runs, 9 earned, 13 walks to just 3 Ks. Could not find the zone. Was also getting barreled up pretty well. It seemed like that curveball was not as effective as it is this year. 1-1. Rushford sends one to left field. Lee working towards the foul line, but has room. Makes the grab. Florence gets 2 leadoff singles, but can't bring anyone home. We head to the top of 2. Scoreless after 1 when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Top of the second always brings us our umpire intro, brought to you by Pella Window and Door. Looking for a clear view of every call? Trust Pella Window and Door to bring you replay-worthy clarity and craftsmanship you can count on. Pella Window and Door, so good, even the ump won't miss a thing. New crew today, the crew chief Jacob Waldrop behind home plate, down the first baseline Jordan Alfonso, down the third baseline Michael Love. Will be Jose Alvarez, Sawyer Smith, and Victor Castillo. Alvarez, the all-star, Sawyer Smith, a very good contact bat.
Unbelievable turnout here on Bluey Night. This is awesome.
Yep, really packed crowd for Bluey Night. That's what we mentioned. It's going to be a lot of people. It was the most attended game last year when Florence was having Bluey Night, couldn't go through with it, ended up calling it Kids Fest. And still got a very good crowd for that. So a lot of kids in attendance tonight. The 0-1. This is upstairs, as well as the Ben Hauer Fan Club featuring 11 in attendance. That should really help. Yeah, that should really help out.
They got hooked up nice too. Good seats for.
Well, Gabe's gonna treat you well. The 1-1 off speed, skied out towards right field. On the run is Rushford towards the wall. The one hops up and off the top of the yellow strip in right field, off of the opponent bullpen. Throw comes in, but it's not in time. A leadoff double for Alvarez. Let's see how Gateway responds with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. Florence could not get it done. It's going to be Sawyer Smith, a guy who was absent from the series last time here at Thomas More Stadium, but has tortured Florence this year. .293 average, 9 home runs on the season. That's certainly a big bat to be missing.
It's both. It's the contact and the power that was out of that lineup the last time Florence played him.
Mm-hmm. First pitch skied right over our heads. 0-1 the count.
You know how I could tell we had a really nice crowd? Is first time I've heard it this year. We had just a routine fly ball, and for a second you could hear the crowd get excited. I think it's a home run.
Sawyer Smith this year against Florence, .389 average, 8 RBIs, 3 homers. 3 of his 9 homers against the Yalls. That one's in there for a strike 0-2. .1466 OPS.
Solid.
It's all right. Runner on second, nobody out. 0-2. Fastball nowhere near. 1-2. Lawson trying to elevate there at 90 miles per hour. One-two. Swing and a miss. Sits him down on strikes. A nice off speed there from Lawson, his second K of the day. Brings up Victor Castillo.
Every once in a while, Lawson's going to throw a pitch that just makes you say, wow. And,
yeah.
You know, the command, once it gets consistent, that is, where he really becomes dangerous. But remember, he had that 9 strikeout performance against one of the best offenses in the league in Washington.
Yeah, that was amazing. Victor Castillo, the Party Source beer batter of the day. One-stop destination for all things celebration. Visit Party Source at 95 Riviera Drive, Bellevue, Kentucky. Swing and a miss to Victor Castillo. 0-1 the count. This is a part in the lineup where it's 5 lefties in a row. They'll go Sawyer Smith, Castillo, Brandon Orff, then back up to the top of the order with Darrell Lee. If you were going to see, Lynch and Milburn in this game, it would be in this part of the order. The 0-1 ground ball back to the pitcher Lawson. He gloves it. Didn't look the runner over at.
Yeah, he
could have had Alvarez. Does get the 1 out. So now 2 away. Runner on third for Cole Brannon. A tough out.
It was a tough out. Florence did handle him exceptionally well, though.
Yeah.
When they played each other last week.
I like to see the road splits, but .231 this season against the Yalls. Home run, 3 RBIs.
Also. Par something. I'd assume that's Spanish for gateway. Oso is obviously bear.
Something, yeah. First pitch to Brandon. Slider misses inside.
It's pretty good horizontal movement on there. Looked like a good pitch, too.
It's in there for a strike. Not called. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0 in there for a strike. So are you telling me you don't think we get this crowd on a Friday? We only get it just because it's bluey? They're not excited that the Y'alls are hot?
It's bluey night? I don't think anyone else knew.
Here's the 1-1. Misses outside, 2-1. Check swing, doesn't go around.
Gosh, you hate to get ahead of yourself, man. This kind of crowd on a playoff Wednesday night.
That would be fun.
I'm in. I'd be there.
Free beer night at Thomas More Stadium. Got to go with my idea. Here's the 2-1. Skied out towards shallow left field. In comes Brodell. Out goes Baker. It's Brodell with the call. He makes the grab. Nathan Lawson strands a runner on third off a leadoff double. We head to the bottom of 2. Scoreless at Thomas More Stadium when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom half of the second inning always brings us our Thomas More scoreboard. Always a scoreboard partner, Thomas More University. There you'll be able to take your life and your career as far as you want it to go. Apply or donate today at thomasmore.edu. Scoreless at Thomas More Stadium. Ty Good back out to work. We'll face Garrett Broussard, Marcus Brodell, and Dylan Baker. 2 leadoff singles from Florence could not get them across. Stranded them at first and third.
You know, it's something that you mentioned in the series email before the weekend, and something that Ben Gregory, who's on the IL, might be thinking about too. This is going to be a long kids run.
Yeah. You know, I sent it out on the email. I told Jason Garrett too, the broadcaster for Gateway. I said, it's Bluey night, man. You know, I hope the word got out to Ty. You know, pace yourself there warming up. It could be a long one. Now, I am pretty sure you're running out there, too.
Am I?
Yeah.
Now, will I beat any of the kids?
No. What your role is to be the last person out and just walk across. And you take up more time.
I'll tell you who wouldn't want to be at the plate is Garrett Broussard, who got pelted on a fastball in the back the
You're
first
right.
pitch after.
You're right. Here's the 0-1, swing and a miss. That was the only wild pitch from Gregory that entire game.
Yeah.
Hit him right in the back after that one.
Dead center of the 5 on that Broussard back. God, we got a Cardinals fan behind home plate.
That's your guy.
Can't be doing that.
0-2, called strike 3. That off speed in there. Sits down Broussard on 3 strikes. Second K of the day for Ty Good. That'll bring up Marcus Brodell.
Yeah, that's middle. A pretty good pitch there from Good.
Full Broussard, who's averaged down to 305. Just a measly 305. It's like only 3 hitters in Major League Baseball over 300.
Feels like there's 3 Florence Y'alls hitters who are under 300. Obviously not true, but close.
First pitch misses downstairs to Brodell.
It's not that they have an exceptional amount of players hitting 290, 300 plus. It's a little bit just like You look at every single lineup for another team, and they've got one or two guys under the Mendoza line. They've
Yeah.
got a few guys under 250. Florence, I mean, the lowest batting average in the starting lineup is Zach Beadle, 250.
Yeah. Even there. A lot of good stuff from the Florence offense. And on deck, Dylan Baker has certainly had a great year against Gateway. 2-0. Misses down. Marcus Brodell did not play or start yesterday. Came on late as a pinch runner for Brendan Bobo. And obviously stayed on in the field. That was in the 8th inning. Bottom of the 8th. 3-0. In there for a strike. Bob Arrow just hit someone in the shoulder.
I hit a kid in the chest, but I'm not going to brag about it like you do.
Payoff pitch fouls it away. Well, I wasn't trying to brag. I was just saying you got to turn around for that Bob Arrow foamed airplane toss.
Yeah, but you've been one to.
Oh, well, if I'm going to dot someone up with a T-shirt, that's a different thing. You know, the Bob Arrow airplane, I kind of just throw.
Okay.
Whoever wants it, wants it. Full count, one away, bases empty. Payoff. Able to foul off that curveball. That's the put-away pitch for Ty Good. From the stretch, first base side of the rubber. The payoff again, swing and a miss. Third K of the day for Good, back-to-back here in the second. Brings up Dylan Baker. Ty Good had an exceptional time his first outing against Florence. 9 Ks. Nothing else really went right. 5 hits, 5 runs across 4 innings, but 9 Ks was tying a season high. He had those in back-to-back outings.
Good is going to be somebody who will strike you out. Just couldn't find that command last year.
Or the year before that. 29 innings, 23 walks to 21 Ks.
And fortunately, this Florence team is a team who will strike out.
Yeah. 1-0, misses inside.
I say that also, admitting that it's one of the best offenses, if not the best offense in the Frontier League this season.
Yeah. 14th overall with 561 Ks entering today. 14th overall being bad. That's a very high amount. 2-0. In there for a strike. That'd be the 5th highest in the league.
Good
Man,
math.
it is packed. We got a great walk-up. 2-1. Skied high in the infield. Ty Good with the call. He'll make the grab to end the inning. 1-2-3 frame from Ty Good. We head to the top of the third. It's time for Tettemer Trivia. Scoreless ball game when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top half of third always brought to you by the Roar Agency, located in all 50 states across the nation. Feel the Roar difference with Roar Insurance. Visit us today at roarins.com. Scoreless ball game between the Yalls and the Grizzlies. Nathan Lawson back out for another inning of work. He'll face the 9-1-2, Orf, Lee, and Cordoba. Lefty Orf continues this streak of 5 lefties in a row. Top half of the third always brings us our Tettemer trivia. First pitch fouled away. Way it works, I read a question. Top half of the third, give you guys the answer in the bottom half. You have the opportunity to play along. Head on over to Twitter. It's rtettemer9 or Florence_Yalls. Question is live. You can comment your guess in the comment section. I will shout you out here on the broadcast. The 0-1 from Lawson. Squared up out towards center field. In the gap is Shaney Felt. Room in front of the track. He makes the grab for out number 1. Let's get to today's question of the day. I will tell you, I will give an extra hint on top of what I added. Yes, I had a limited space here on this one. Tettemer Trivia always presented by the Roar Agency. My question of the day today, who is the fastest pitcher to 1,000 Ks in Major League Baseball history? Fastest pitcher to 1,000 strikeouts in Major League Baseball history. My hint is active, and I'll add on it's National League. Active in the National League. Off speed is in there for a strike. It is actually a question I have asked last year as well.
So this seems like one that could be relatively easy, which tells me it's not. If that makes any sense.
Yes, it's one that I liked so much last year I wanted to bring it back this year.
I think this is the one game last year I wasn't listening to, so that's why I don't remember. I know Waino just retired. Kershaw just retired. That's kind of what makes this tough, is some of those old guys just retired.
Yeah. 0-2. This is upstairs.
It's going to be one where it's an old guy that you just didn't realize still plays in the MLB and plays for this team. Yeah, well, I mean, the first thought is Chris Sale.
1-2 to Lee. Swing and a miss. Got him. 3 Ks on the day for Lawson. He's picked up in 1 in each inning. Sits down Darrell Lee for out number 2 of the third.
Again, another one of the thoughts were like, Sale's just hurt a lot. So I don't know how fast he could really get there.
What is the average amount of strikeouts a season? It's got to be, what, like 2? I mean, if a really good season, used to be like 300, right? Now it's like 200.
Yeah, you are really getting me back on the right track. For some reason, I was thinking about this as like that's a lot of strikeouts. No, this is about who's fastest to get there.
Yeah.
So now I was totally off base, and you reeled me in with that. I appreciate it.
Fastest to get to 1,000.
Active in the NL.
Ground ball foul down the third base line. I'm going to look up average amount of starting pitcher strikeouts in a season. The average Major League starting pitcher records roughly 130 to 160 strikeouts in a full healthy season. So if you're getting the Cy Young, you're probably nearing that 200 mark.
Yeah. Where's Corbin Burns playing nowadays?
Corbin Burns is with the Arizona Diamondbacks, injured. That counts, though. Most single-season strikeouts by a starting pitcher. This is a trivia in its own. Sandy Koufax, 380.
That's a lot.
That's what I'm saying. You're not seeing that anymore.
Yeah.
What was the closest season up there? Like 2001, Randy Johnson had 356. Swing and a miss, a 1-2-3 frame from Nathan Lawson, his fourth K of the day. We head to the bottom of the third. Get your guesses in for Tettemer Trivia when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom half of the third inning, always brought to you by the Roar Agency. Scoreless so far between the Yalls and the Grizzlies. Zach Beadle will be the final person to see Ty Good for the first time, then head back up to the top of the order. Tyler Shaneyfelt and Brett Blomquist. 9-1-2 due up for the Yalls. Again, scoreless. Still playing Tettemer trivia in the inning. First pitch fouled away. Our question was, it was a pretty simple one. Not too much, not simple in terms of the answer, but simple in terms of what the question is. Who is the fastest pitcher to 1,000 Ks in Major League Baseball history? My hint, they are active currently in Major League Baseball.
All of my thoughts come from the NL West.
In the National League, yes. That was the additional hint.
So my thoughts right now are a little bit of Corbin Burns. A little bit of Blake Snell, possibly. A little bit of, people forget Yu Darvish is on the
0-2,
Padres.
ground ball over towards the third baseman, swallowed up by Horn. Throw on to first is high, but in time. 5-3 on the put away.
I believe Yu Darvish still plays for the Padres. I haven't heard that name in a little bit.
I'm not going to say my nickname for him. Just because he's a good pitcher. But, early on, me and my buddy Carter Cousins drafting him in wiffle ball, we would call him something that rhymes with Darvish.
It's kind of mean.
Is that mean?
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm not saying it. I don't think it's mean. It's funny.
It is funny. You weren't calling him that. You were just funny.
And again, we're
words.
drafting him in make-believe wiffle ball. He's a good pitcher.
It's pretty high honor.
That's a high honor.
So Darvish, Burns, Snell.
Off speed. In there for a strike.
I know Darvish had a really good start to his career and struck a lot of batters out. It's one of those questions where it doesn't matter what I say. It's going to be one of those three, and I'm going to guess the wrong one.
That one's fouled away.
As it always goes here on Tettemer Trivia. You got to be careful with this kind of crowd.
You know what I'm noticing is, look at that line to go see Bluey. That's where that ball just went. That is all a line to get up to the Furniture Fair terrace deck to go see Bluey.
Wow.
Right now, policing that line is none other than Caden Sexton.
Oh, boy.
1-2, check swing, goes around. Wow. Michael Love with the call there.
Shaneyfelt not a fan.
Yeah, Shaneyfelt not a fan. No one in Florence is a fan. That's another K for Ty Good, his fourth of the day.
That's 2 outs. I got to give you my answer.
Yeah, 2 outs. I also got to read the guesses.
I'll go Darvish.
This one might leak into Eagle inning here. We got to go through all these guesses here. Zach Jury says Max Scherzer, Aiden Murphy, Clayton Kershaw, not active. Tyler Douglas said Tarek Skubal. Rich Tettemer said Jacob deGrom. Lou DeVolio said Shohei Ohtani, 0-1, fouls it away. Cam Beatty said Paul Skeens. On Twitter, Kyle Karsten said Skubal. Florence Y'all's Analytics just chimed in with Justin Verlander. 0-2 the count. And you said Yu Darvish. See, I didn't miss anyone, did I? Don't think so. Not really a leader in the clubhouse. 0-2, missing downstairs. Everybody all over the place. We do have a correct answer in the chat. And now, this one came to me because Tarek Skubal just reached 1,000 strikeouts. He's the fastest in Tigers franchise history, doing it in 857 innings. But the fastest in Major League Baseball to reach 1,000 Ks, that one misses outside, 2-2, happened in 812 innings, 128 career games. Isn't that impressive?
That's crazy.
It's very impressive. And it was the Rockets' start back in the American League for the Texas Rangers. Yu Darvish, that one's cranked out towards left field, way up there and way out of here. Brett Blomquist, a solo blast, puts Florence on the board, 1-0.
Blomquist, you know what? That barrel always finds the baseball. He is someone who has just stayed so consistent and done so many different things. to hit the baseball, doubles, home runs, just everything to stay consistent at the plate. Boy, that is a huge job to get a run.
That home run always brought to you by Sports of All Sorts. Brings up the captain, Hank Zeisler. First pitch misses inside. Well, unfortunately, getting that home run call, we're also going to have a mention of the Texas Rangers. The fastest to do so is Yu Darvish. Congratulations, Ben. You're the sole winner for Tettemer Trivia.
Do you have to actually give me the win this time?
No one else guessed Darvish, so I have to.
So then that's my first technical win.
It's your first technical win.
My career. Wow.
Yeah. 1-1 the count, 2 away with the bases empty. Florence on top, 1-0. That one misses downstairs. Blomquist his 11th homer of the season. I didn't see, did that hit off the scoreboard?
Hit off the bottom half of the scoreboard,
Bottom half of the scoreboard.
I was thinking about you, Darvish.
So was I.
Brett Blomquist going to see that home run.
Yeah, you Darvish. What's going on here? 2-2.
That's the second best random snippet to get into a home run of the season for Florence, other than I would call myself a Gryffindor.
Was that a home run?
It was a home run, yes.
So I'd have to say I'm Gryffindor. Yeah, that's Kurt Kramer there.
What are you guys ripping today?
I think he got Topps Chrome. There for the 7th, which is good. Here's the 2-2. Misses inside. Full count now. That's the 10th home run allowed on the season from Ty Good. Payoff pitch, bounces in the dirt. Zeisler restarts the inning. 2-out walk. Runner on first now for Zade Richardson. You know what? I just cannot believe the pace Corey Call is at right now and calling home runs. He had Blomquist today. He's now at 8. He's now, oh man.
Can't take yourself out of the ball game. I mean, that's terrible. Is Corey getting any sort of inside information?
I almost just tailed him, even though knowing that I wouldn't be getting in a lead just because he's red hot. And I could separate myself.
You're going to need to separate yourself soon. There's not a lot of home games left.
No, I know. First pitch to Richardson, swing and a miss. Richardson down on strikes, looking his last time up.
Heard Preston went on a little bit of a run at the end of last year. I want to have to do the same.
Preston was, kind of in a tight race, and then he just took control near the end of the season. 0-1. Sky down the right field foul line. Over is Castillo. Nobody gets to it. It did bounce in play. Just a strike 0-2 the count. We at the point where there's more road games than home games now?
I believe no. I believe with the 3 games left this series, we have more. I believe that's the difference, because I think after this week is over, it's completely even. Couple of road 6-gamers, couple of home 6-gamers, and then that last week is 3 road, 3 home.
3 and 3, yeah. Pickoff attempt, nothing going.
A lot of road games that first half of the year. So.
A lot in June. Yeah. 21 of 27 games were on the road in a span there. Zeisler takes off. He got a great lead. Grounded over towards third. Glove by Horn. Throw across the diamond. Scooped off the glove of Orf. Zeisler trying to curl around over at third. Take another look here on HTN. It's a simple ground ball.
Air written all over it.
Yeah. That'll be an E5.
Put the ball in play, good things happen. Love saying it.
Runners at the corners there on the arrow. Make any run an unearned run. Florence with a 1-0 lead, but Milo Rushford trying to get Florence crooked number here. Oh, 1 fouls it away. Oh, and 2 the count. Good trying to get out of this. 0-2 pitch. Misses downstairs.
It's a decent looking pitch.
Here's the 1-2. Ooh, misses outside. Nice fastball outside there from Good. Did miss off the plate. Great call by Jacob Waldrop.
Yeah, Good's been all around the zone today.
Runners at the corners, 2 away. Florence with a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the third. Overcast skies. Already pretty dark on the field. Here's the 2-2. Sent down the left field line, but foul into the Y'all's bullpen. That one just kept tailing. That natural lefty tail. From a stretch. The 2-2. Punched into center field. Brandon is coming in. Out goes Thomas, and he makes the grab to end the inning. Really extending the range there and saving a run is Dale Thomas. Florence gets 1 on the solo blast from Brett Blomquist. We head it to the top of the 4th. Y'all's with a 1-0 lead when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN.
After a absolute shootout barn burner yesterday at a 13-10 win for Florence, 3 innings, relatively pretty good pitching. Nate Lawson climbs the hill for inning number 4 against the Gateway Grizzlies, his second start against these Grizzlies on the year. 3-4-5, though, the heart of the lineup, second time through. Dale Thomas starts things off, playing second base for Gateway today. Outstanding turnout. It's Bluey night and Florence wearing the all-blue uniforms. Gateway brings out the black Copa Grizzlies jerseys. First pitch of the inning inside for ball one to Thomas, who singled his first time up. Not the batting average you're going to usually see from a three-hole hitter in the league. 261, it's okay. But he's got 13 home runs with Ty Florence for their leader and Hank Zeisler.
Yeah.
And 13 long balls. Fastball just called a strike at the top of the zone.
A little late call there. I mean, that was so evident of a strike.
We've seen some late ones from Waldrop in the first few innings. 3 innings scoreless for Lawson. He's given up a couple of hits. Has not walked a batter. He's got 4 strikeouts. 1-1 offering pulls Beetle to the outside batter's box. A season high of 9 strikeouts in a game for Lawson this year. He's on pretty good pace right now. As Gateway sits 5 games behind Florence, 33-35. First chasing the division lead out there in their West Division. Fastball runs up and in. We get a 3-1 count. 3.5 behind Schaumburg's got that division lead. And if that doesn't work out, they will have a chance at the wild card, but 5 games back right now of the 38-30 Florence Yulls. Kicks and fires the 3-1, pops it up way high. And the infield left side. Garrett Broussard with the call and the grab to record out number 1. A 3-1 pop-up on the infield to retire Thomas. 1-0 Florence lead. Brett Blomquist's solo shot is the difference here in the top of the 4th. This is the first game in the homestand where Florence scores first. Joliet scored first in each of the first 3 games of each of the last 3 games of that 3-game set. First pitch swinging is Horn, and Florence would come back in all 3 of them after Trail having some sort of deficit in the game. Horn 0 for 1, hits with 1 out. Was the one that made that error in the bottom half of the 3rd. Didn't end up costing him anything. 0-1 way outside. He would count up at 1-1. Couple of starts for Lawson. After the All-Star break, 1 really good and 1 pretty poor. This one's barreled out to left field. Brodell back it up. It's still going. It gets over his head and 1 hops the wall. Around first, Horn will jog into second with a 1-out double. Not sure if Brodell ever had a chance on it, but I think that went further than he initially thought.
Yeah. That was 96 off the bat, 331 on the distance.
So it's just the 3rd hit on Lawson, but it's the 2nd of the 3 that is a double. 1 from Horn and 1 from Jose Alvarez, who will be the one hitting with a runner in scoring position. Game tying right at second. Alvarez, the 2026 Frontier League All-Star. He swings at the first pitch and lines one to the center field. That drops in front of Schoenfeld. Horn late break, still runs. Schoenfeld throw home.
Nice.
Good one on the money. Beetle tag. Got him. Tyler Schoenfeld with a rocket from center. And he keeps this Florence lead at 1.
What a throw there from Tyler Schoenfeld on a line. Take another look on HTN. I like the deke attempt. No one really fell for it on the base paths, but that was a bullet.
I mean, talk about right where Beetle needs it.
Yeah, I don't even think Horn tagged home plate.
Yeah, Beetle, it looked like there was some sort of call from the umpire that he barely tagged him, but he didn't get home plate. So out call comes. That's the 2nd out of the inning. Alvarez stays at first on the single. Didn't get the 2nd on the throw. And Sawyer Smith lines one right into Zeisler's glove, and that is the inning.
Wow.
A double and a single, but nothing to show for Gateway. Some spectacular defense from Schoenfeld and Zeisler. 1-0 going to the bottom of the 4th. Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. This might be a tie for our longest kid run of the season, but the other one came against Gateway, and it really led to some chaos on another outstanding crowd. We don't have official number on the attendance. My eyes, my guess, my better judgment would say that this is our best attended game this season. So it's going to be a longer break here before Florence gets to hit in the bottom of the fourth as we try to get the kids off the field. Rory, you let everyone know you did your job that this is going to happen.
Yeah. And it seems to be progressing pretty well. I think we had people running the wrong way at first.
There was somebody all the way out in center field.
Yeah.
And no one really to get them. I think they just had to follow the voice of JD or PA announcer.
A piece of the problem in getting them off the field is all the parents waiting at the top steps, clogging up a big-time jam there. It's a teachable moment where you get a little independence on your kid. Just tell them the seat number, the section. Say, hey, come find us. You know where we're at.
I'm sure your opinion might change when you have kids.
I don't know if it will, Ben.
Well, it's starting to progress. Looks like a little better than the one we saw last week, the kids' circus day on a Wednesday morning game. That ended up adding a lot of chaos. They gave Florence a pitch clock violation for it, then took it away. Their crew chief, Juan Rodriguez, said, no, we were alerted. We knew this was going to happen. We were notified.
How crazy is it then? It's Garrett Broussard at the plate again.
That is funny. I wonder if Ben Gregory's going to come off the IL and throw this first pitch. Somewhere he's happy that he doesn't have to wait this long. Good was warming up like normal and then sort of paused and started to slow down. Broussard might be half a step off further from the plate than normal, though, this next pitch. 6-7-8, Broussard, Brodell, and Baker. It's 1-0 Florence, starting to look like Gateway was going to tie it up in that top of the fourth inning, but Tyler Shaneyfeld had other plans, a beautiful throw from center field. We have not had many outfield assists at home plate this season. There's only two I can remember at Thomas More Stadium, the other coming from Jackson Tucker in center.
I'm going to say you could probably count them on your hand.
Yeah. Ty Good back out for the fourth. Broussard to the plate, first pitch low. Florence with a one-run lead. Broussard an 0 for 5 day yesterday with 3 strikeouts. Didn't have his best series after last weekend at Windy City. He enjoyed a really nice homecoming. 2-home-run game in game 1 of that series, and he's going to get himself a line drive right to second base.
Wow.
Boy, Dale Thomas made a nice acrobatic catch. I thought off the bat that there was no doubt that was going to be a line drive single. But Broussard is retired to start the bottom of the fourth. Now Marcus Brodell, the 7-hole guy for Florence. Brodell is, of course, your Wendy's double-stack batter of the game. Thanks to Wendy's. First pitch off speed, called strike. Wendy's delivers high-quality food transparently. Grab a juicy double-stack today at your local Wendy's. Brodell steps in with a .267 batting average that completely matches the man behind him, or rather in front of him in the lineup. Or no, had it right the first time. Behind him, Dylan Baker. Both of them hitting .267. Brodell's had some more pop at home. 7 home runs. Baker's been the guy with some pop on the road with 9 of them. They call time to go grab a baseball, throw it to the kid zone. Off-speed strike at a foul ball now to start an 0-2 count with 1 out and nobody on for Marcus Brodell. 0-2 pitch, high chopper, middle of the infield. Brodell sprinting towards first. Thomas spins to grab it, but does not have time to get the throw to first. Marcus Brodell legs out an infield single. And Florence again has a runner on base, 1 on, 1 out. After Thomas has made a couple of nice plays, almost had another good one. That ball took a weird spin. He had to take that weird turn and get that throw over to first. Now it's Baker. First pitch, fastball off. Baker has killed Gateway. 6 of his 9 home runs this season have come against the Grizzlies. All 6 of those in Sauget, Illinois, though. Off speed, check swing. No appeal needed from Waldrop. He's just going to call it himself for a strike. Good is 3 1/3 through so far. He's given up 4 base hits, 1 run, walked a batter. He matches Lawson with 4 strikeouts through 3. 1 ball, 1 strike. Baker pops one down the foul line towards the kids zone, and that will get up in the kids zone at the edge of that party patio. Good ahead in another count here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Florence may be getting some advantage from the home field. A really good cheer on Schoenfeld to throw that home. I'll tell you what, this is a team that's 23-10 at home, which is just a spectacular number to give to your home fans. Grounder foul this time down the third baseline. Is it the fans? Is it me on the call? You know, it could be either. Probably a combination of both if you're using logic. Gateway comes into this 15-18 on the road this season. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Baker with Brodell over at first. Grounder foul again, right towards Harrison DeNicola, who had no interest in making a play on that ball, even though I thought he might have a chance. Gateway plays Baker pretty straight up. Horn a little bit closer to that third base line. Long hold now for the 1-2 again. Just missed high, and we're even at 2-2. Talk about Broussard enjoying that homecoming trip to Windy City. I also enjoyed that trip to Windy City. My first experience with Ozinga Field. 2-2, rung up, bottom of the zone, right at the knees. Baker a slow walk back to the dugout in disagreement. Strikeout number 5 now for good. Second out of the inning with Brodell stayed put at first. But Ozinga Field is interesting. It's, you know, you're not going to see many stadiums in the Frontier League with 2 decks. But it's just 6 rows in that first deck. Beetle, 2 outs, a runner on first. First pitch, swing and strike. So it's 6 rows at the bottom. Then they have general admission up, and those 2 levels is really just down the third base line out towards left field. It's a stadium that has a capacity even less than Thomas More Stadium. But it has a really intimate feeling. The press box is basically above home plate, and it's off-centered towards the third base side. Off-speed in the opposite batter's box, 1-1. Capacity of about 3,200, I think. 1-1, Beetle pops it up, foul it out of play. Good ahead again, 1-2 against another Florence batter. He has not had issues with command much today. Just the 1 walk surrendered to Zeisler back in the third. Florence 1-0, 2 outs, a runner on first. Bottom 4. Game 1 of a 4-game set. 1-2, swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks to get good out of the inning. He's got 6 through 4, but it's Florence with the advantage right now, 1-0. Nate Lawson back out to the mound for the 5th on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Game 69 of the season for Florence. They come in with a 38-30 record. They have a slight 1-0 advantage in what's been a pitcher's duel through 4 innings so far today. As Nate Lawson, who's been great through 4, he has the slight advantage without giving up a run through 4 innings. And a little bit of help from that defense. So a little bit of back and forth we have for Lawson. His last start, 4 unearned runs after the defense couldn't get it done. But now, his defense is throwing runners out at home plate. Does get the bottom third of the lineup here, so Lawson trying to attack that bottom of the third. It's been a big point of contention for Florence pitchers. We've seen it talked about with the coaching staff. And he handled the first time through the bottom 3 well with 0 for 3 line, ground out, fly out to left, and a fly out to center. It was Castillo who grounded out back to Lawson, who takes a first pitch breaking ball below the knees for strike 1. Castillo, another one of the gateway guys. We see it a little bit, maybe because of the ballpark they play in. Low batting average, good home run numbers. 236 on the average, cold strike outside corner. 11 homers to 31 RBIs. But we talked about the difference in the lineup first time around. Castillo was somebody who was hitting leadoff for Gateway last time they were here just a week ago. Ball and a strike and a liner down the left field line. Far run over for Brodell, and he got it. Loses the hat just in front of the track, almost crashes into that Florence bullpen. But he makes a nice play after he was shaded the opposite way to play the lefty Castillo. Now Cole Brannon with Gateway trailing by 1. Well, down, nobody on. First pitch, Brannon kills into right, but right at Milo Rushford. Pretty hard contact there for Brannon. 93 off the bat. But a couple of flyouts to each side, and Lawson trying to get his second 1-2-3 inning through 5. He has to deal with Brennan Orff. Pretty rare. This might be one of the first times I've ever seen a first baseman hit in 9th. Orff, the offensive numbers just aren't there. First pitch misses just a bit above the zone. He's a first baseman who's hitting just 212 on the season without much pop, just a homer, 7 RBIs. Takes a fastball down the middle of the plate, even the count up at 1-1. Lawson 4 2/3 now on 4 hits, scoreless. Still hasn't walked a batter. He struck out 4. One. Grounder, going to be a tough run. Long for Broussard, throws across his body, got him in time. Nate Lawson's cruising through 5, scoreless. It's his second 1-2-3 inning, and we're halfway home with just a slight 1-0 Florence lead right here on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Kid Zone, plenty packed today on Bluey night. Just got so much going on here at Thomas More Stadium, and it is but an absolute fun one. We got Firework Friday coming up after the game, too, detonated by Rozzi. Going to be a good one. See if there's a little bit of a Bluey theme on there, too. Both teams are two-time through the lineup so far, but we're in the middle of the fifth. So that's 5 innings for Florence pitching, 4 innings for Ty Good for Gateway, who has been good. But it's Florence with the slight advantage, 1-0 after Nate Lawson has just been better. Third time through, we'll start this bottom of the 5th inning for Florence with Schoenfeld, Blomqvist, and Zeisler. Third time through the order a lot of times is where Florence likes to do some of their damage. Yesterday it was a little bit of every inning where Florence did damage. Took a 5-1 lead over Joliet and what would be a series clinching win. But that 5-1 lead didn't hold. They blew that 4-run lead. They blew another 4-run lead when they were up 10-9. Hank Zeisler, who will hit in this inning, had something to say about it, though, with a walk-off 3-run shot. Schoenfeld has singled and struck out today. He has also made an outstanding defensive play. First pitch spins Schoenfeld out of the box. Tyler Schoenfeld has just been on a tear. A 4-for-5 day yesterday where he scored 4 runs. Breaking pitch low on the 1-0. Schoenfeld goes up 2-0. Knotted up at hits in this game, 4 apiece. Fastball up and away, and all of a sudden Schoenfeld gets off to a 3-ball, no-strike start. Gateway plays Schoenfeld relatively straight up. Get me over fastball down the middle of the plate for a strike. 4 innings of the 4 hits and the 1 run for Good. 6 strikeouts the first 4 for him, though. We said he's going to be someone who can strike you out. Florence strikes out a lot. He's walked just 1. 3-1 off speed counts now full on Schoenfeld, who hasn't taken his bat off his shoulders yet. 73 mile an hour on the curveball from Good. Schoenfeld takes a timeout. Payoff to start the bottom of the 5th. Off speed again. Schoenfeld punched foul. Up and out of play. Those loge tables, it looks like there's not an empty one tonight. Got a lot of people up in the suites. Count stays full on Schoenfeld. Payoff again. Up and away. Schoenfeld with a really good plate appearance that works a walk. And again, starts off an inning with getting on base. Last time he did that was the first. Brett Blomqvist immediately followed with the single. They did not score in that first inning. Good settled in. Only run is on a solo shot from the man at the plate. Brett Blomqvist, 2 for 2 with a single and a homer. Always got to look for Schoenfeld to take off for second, and Good knows that. Throws over to first. Already another large lead for him before the first pitch to Blomqvist comes up and in. That was home run number 11 on the season for Blomqvist. It had been a little bit of time since we had seen that from him. 1-0 up and in again. Schoenfeld hasn't taken off yet. Usually doesn't take a lot of time. 2-0. Blomqvist punches foul the opposite way. It's supposed to be a matchup that occurs 12 times. Of course, we'll see what happens the next 2 days. They're supposed to get 3 in. Florence, a lot like last night against Joliet, they can actually clinch the season series win over Gateway. Schoenfeld has to launch back to first. Still a 2-1 count on Blomqvist. Back in time. They're off to a 6-2 start against Gateway in the first 8 they played. A couple of 3-game series, and then those 2 games after one game was rained out earlier this year. Blomqvist goes after the outside pitch at 2-1. It's even at 2s. They can keep that streak alive of having a chance to win the series against every single Frontier League team. Or not every single Frontier League team, every single Frontier League Midwest Conference West Division team. So already clinched it against Mississippi and Joliet. 2-2s low and back-to-back full counts to start this bottom of the 5th for Florence. So 6-3 against both Mississippi and Gateway currently, or not Gateway, Windy City. But they have 3 left against Windy City this year. Blomqvist barely gets a piece. 5-4 was the season series win over Joliet. 6-2 here and a 3-3 tie. We got a couple of good series coming up this back half of the season against Schaumburg. One that'll occur in Schaumburg, one that'll occur here at Thomas More Stadium. Payoff pitch incoming to Blomqvist. Schoenfeld takes off, pitch outside, so no throw needed. Again, these two getting on. Good's 3rd walk of the game, 2nd of the inning. And Zeisler will again hit with 2 on.
Similar spot to yesterday, 2 on base for Zeisler. Florence trying to extend a 1-0 lead. They had these 2 on base in the first. Leadoff singles from the Yalls and could not move them with anybody out. Just a stolen base from Schoenfeld. They ended that inning with runners at the corners.
True slow walk out. It looks like they're going to give some time, whether they make the pitching change now.
That is Kyle Goodell, the manager for Gateway, a righty warming up.
Zeisler coming to the plate with 2 on and nobody out. Interesting spot.
I want to say that's Alex Sparks.
I do think I heard Jason Garrett, the Gateway broadcaster, say that.
Just going off the look, the long hair,
Yeah.
being a righty. We've faced them enough now to where I know the pitchers that have been here. And a lot of these guys have been here pretty much the whole season out of their bullpen.
We'll stay in the game.
Yeah, it'll still be good out there. Runners 1st and 2nd, nobody out. 4 hits apiece for both ball clubs. Zeisler, a walk his last time up, was stranded at 3rd in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1 today, a fly out to left. Again, just 1 home run away from franchise history, trying to become the new home run king. Pickoff attempt over at 2nd. It was a time play, but Schoenfeld is back safely. Zeisler trying to break the record of Brendan Price. Brendan Price was a big-time slugger for Florence. Formed the Bash Brothers with Anthony Bercato when he was back here. First pitch upstairs, no good. Brendan Price. 6'9", 300 pounds.
Can you imagine that matchup with a couple of the 7-footers that Mississippi had pitching this year?
Drafted by the Brewers in the 29th round of the 2016 draft. Hard hit down the first baseline. That's going to go all the way to the foul wall, and it bounces for a Gateway hop. Schoenfeld coming in to score. On his way to 2nd is Hank Zeisler with an RBI double. Florence on top 2-0.
It feels like Zeisler just doesn't need to do too much. I mean, that's just another simple swing. pitch he got inside it, he just turned on it early. I mean, that is just another beautiful at-bat from Zeisler. Brings up Richardson, who's also been really good with runners in scoring position, and he'll have 2 of them. Second and third, double play chances eliminated.
You know what I
Still
hate?
nobody out of the inning.
I hate when the adult I throw it to does not give it to the kid right away.
That's why you gotta, you talk about your aim so much, you gotta give it to the kid.
Well, it's not my fault the kid is 2 feet tall and the adults are 6 feet.
You're a college athlete. I mean, you should have that kind of accuracy. First pitch,
Well,
and there, a strike for Richardson.
Unfortunately, now I'm just going to have to start throwing bullets and not trying the lob toss.
I'm trying to get one in my family, and I've been short both times, and I will blame it on the fact that I didn't roll my own today. So these are hard to get anywhere.
Well, let me treat your family to a nice, feel this.
1-1 pitch is low. I've had better.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm kidding. This is pretty
this
great.
is a bullet.
You do get better and better with those. I won't be the first to admit. Richardson ahead 2-1. A strike. He was the one that reached on the air from Bryson Horn. Infield in here for Gateway. Second and third, nobody out. Now a 2-0 lead for Florence, and the breaking pitch misses low from Good. So Zeisler moves to second on that double. Blomquist had to stop at third. Those are the 2 in scoring position. Hitters count for Richardson. Grounder just over that, a horn, but it stopped it short. Oh my, what a play from Smith. Now Richardson does get to first. There was no chance for Smith to make a throw, but that saves a run.
That's amazing. That was a heck of a full extension stop there.
Everyone was looking at Horn as if, he was going to be the one to make the play. And it gets over his head, so everyone thinks, that's a really good eye for Blomquist, too, to not break. Now, there's no one covering third, so it wouldn't have been a huge danger, but Good will be pulled out of this game. Bases loaded, nobody out. He gives up 2 after a first 4 really clean. But now he's responsible for all 3 on base. Alex Parks coming in for Gateway. The other end of the break on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTM. Who's hang out pitching change for Gateway? Looking for the perfect spot to relax and open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards? Visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hooves Hangout today at 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. The toughest situation to come into a game if you are the pitcher. Alex Sparks enters with the bases loaded and nobody out, already trailing by 2. A 2-0 Florence lead in the bottom of the 5th, and the 5-hole hitter Milo Rushford at the plate, takes the first pitch and hits it into right. Late start for all runners, so Blomquist scores, but Zeisler stays at third. Richardson up to second, and Rushford into first with an RBI single. Another run for Florence, station to station, and we stay with the bases loaded and nobody out. Garrett Broussard will hit it with the bases loaded. You finally got it there.
You're right.
And I'll tell you, it was the shirt.
You're right. That one is terrible. I
Thank you.
didn't want to waste my shirt on such a easy toss, but you're right. That one did just, dismantle. At least it didn't hit the awning.
Yeah. Fan did end up getting that one. 3-0 Florence lead, bottom of the fifth. Base is still loaded. Garrett Broussard. One pitch low, one pitch outside. And it was Broussard, the one I thought hit a single, and eventually ended up in the glove of the second baseman, Thomas. (2-0) swing and a miss. Might have been ball three, but he went after it. That was one pitch from Sparks to Rushford before he singled into right. Broussard trying to really do some damage. 3-0 lead. Lawson cruising on the other end for Florence. And he's got a 3-1 count. Sparks does have 4 decisions. This year he's 1-3 and 38 2/3. An ERA of just below 6 and a whip of 1.8. The 3-1. Off speed, gets away, and it's ball 4. Not that it matters.
Hank Zeisler was motoring through.
Zeisler's 100% effort all the time, so you're never going to see him not hustle on a play like that. He doesn't like to jog. So Florence takes a 4-0 lead, and they keep the train moving. It is 4-0 with still nobody out, and the bases loaded. And Marcus Brodell has got some home run power coming to the plate. I will say Dylan Baker's on deck. Wouldn't it be fun if he just cleared some things up against Gateway again? Fans would also love a double as the Windies double stack batter of the game. Sparks has now faced 2 batters, a single and a walk. First pitch to Brodell, fastball way off the plate. Those 2 runs do get charged to Ty Good. Boy, if this last run comes in, especially, it's just going to end up looking like a line that looks way worse than what we saw from Good today. He's now given up 4 earned. Fastball at the knees. Brodell laid off, but it's called a strike, so 1-1. So the line as it stands for him right now is 4 innings of 5 hits, 3 walks, did strike out 6, and now 4 and counting. 1 more responsible for the runner at third as Brodell fouls one down the third base line. So it's Richardson at third, Rushford at second, and now Broussard over at first after the walk. 1-2 count of the Florence left fielder. Starting to get a little more playing time. One, two, a soft grounder over to the third base side. Nice pick at short by Smith. Goes the short way to second, gets the runner. But Richardson does come around to score. It is 5-0 Florence here in the 5th. That was the only throw. Brodell was burning down the first base line. They're on the corners. One comes in, but it's Broussard retired.
Yeah.
As Dylan Baker, who has 6 of his 9 home runs against Gateway, will come up to the plate with him on the corners.
It's another really good play there by Sawyer Smith. That was 95 off the bat.
Baker popped to the pitcher good and struck out so far today. 5-0 game.
Ooh.
First pitch, barely called strike on the inside part.
That ends the line there for Ty Good. I got 4 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, and 6 Ks. Six strikeouts is good. That's about it for him. Runner takes off for second. Grounder over to third. Nice pick. The throw will come home, but it gets away. Rushford scores.
on Bryson Horn's second error of the game. And Florence goes up 6. He had Rushford dead to rights at home. A good throw certainly gets him gone. But we will stay with one out after Baker gets to first on a fielder's choice with an error. Brodell goes first to third on that play. On the corners, still one out. Zach Beadle coming up to the plate. Because it was an error, we do not give that an RBI for Baker. Also does not get rewarded with a hit for it. He takes off for second. Ball's down the middle of the zone, and Baker is into second with the stolen base. His first of the game.
Brodell had a good break on that one, too. I like that he's able to get over to third. Now runners second and third. Stolen base from Dylan Baker. Yeah, RBI, not an RBI, it'll be fielder's choice E5.
Yeah. So 5 in the inning. The first 4 are tagged too good. This one will be unearned, tagged to Sparks. Grounder again, a chance. Smith will come home. Good throw, and this time they got the tag down. Second out of the inning as Beadle is in first. Baker gets to third as they finally get that play right, a fielder's choice that does record it out. 6-2.
Yeah, they hit around in the inning.
They do hit around. Tyler Schoenfeld started this inning with a walk. That play does not score a run, but there are 5 in the inning for Florence. It's 6-0 in the bottom of the 5th. They have blown a 5-run lead to Gateway last week, 6-run lead to Windy City last week. The game's not over. Could really use Schoenfeld to come through. Fastball outside for a ball. Baker at third, Beadle at first. It was Brodell the one who was thrown out at home plate. Schoenfeld reached twice with a single and a walk today. One of those coming in the inning. Couple of pitches outside here from Sparks. Maybe they brought him in to kind of be that strikeout guy, and that's what he is. 38 Ks and 38 2/3. Little under 9 K per 9. Bases loaded and nobody out. That's kind of what you need. Also have used a lot of relievers like Florence last couple of games with some high-scoring games. 3-0 as the breaking ball misses downstairs. Schoenfeld doesn't get a ton of these opportunities hitting leadoff. He's got 20 on the dot RBIs this season. 3-0 get me over pitch. It's low in the zone, but called a strike actually on TrackMan. Comes up, and it should have been ball 4. Does now want to get to Blomquist on deck, who's been hot. Single, solo shot, and a walk today. (3-1). Called strike, another one that was pretty close to the zone. TrackMan about as close as it gets. Not going to get a favorable word from the Florence dugout. But it runs the count full as Schoenfeld takes his timeout. Little low.
A little low.
Fans behind home plate still giving it to the umpires.
Good, good. We talked about this.
Yep. Payoff pitch. Runner takes off for second. Called strike 3. Got rung up. That's the second time Schoenfeld has had some words after getting rung up. Another one that is really close, but looks like a strike on the zone. And that'll do it in the bottom of the 5th. Florence gets 5. A little bit of help with some walks and also some base hits. It's 6-0. We go to the 6th inning of the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Nate Lawson had to sit for a while in that bottom of the fifth. A 5-run inning for Florence as they take a 6-0 lead here on Bluey night. Lawson has been great through 5. 4 hits, scoreless, 4 strikeouts. First pitch, a strike. It's the third time through the order Darrell Lee has grounded to second and struck out today. So Gateway already in the bullpen. Florence doesn't look like they have much going on in the pen at all out in left field. Breaking ball, called strike, make it 0-2. It's a game where both teams need their bullpens.
Yeah, I mean, you need Lawson to give you a few more. Heinz is really the only fresh one that didn't throw yesterday. Jake Lynch you'd be asking to throw back-to-back days. So you need as much as you can from Lawson.
You do kind of have some questions with who you're even starting the next couple days.
Yeah.
So guys like Milburn Gerard might be available today. Missed on the 0-2 fastball there from Lawson. Top of the 6th, let's get you that iScore out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by Thornbush. Thornbush, of course, a new frontier of the world of whiskey. 1-2, swing and a miss. Lawson got him, tag applied. 5 Ks for Lawson, and now 5 straight retired. But, of course, Thornbush is bold, smooth, and wildly unexpected. Come try the new official cocktail of the Florence Yalls at Thomas More Stadium. Again, still looking at Gateway and Windy City as the 2 teams in Evansville. It's convenient because Florence is playing Gateway, and then Evansville and Windy City are playing each other. It's the Otters with a 4-1 lead over Windy City in the 4th. That's in Crestwood. Popped up on the first pitch, right side. Actually, the shortstop, Baker, takes it on the right side of second. 2 down quickly again for Lawson.
That's the captain of the infield there. The de facto captain of the infield, not named Hank Zeisler, obviously the captain of the full team. But I like that from Baker, going out of his range and out of his position to make sure that one gets caught.
2 gone early. Dale Thomas had the first base hit of the day for Gateway on Lawson. Popped out to third since then. 6-0 Florence lead, top of the 6th. First pitch strike. So 4-1 lead for Evansville in the 4th inning there. Lake Erie's playing some interleague play. They play Sussex County of the Atlantic Conference. They're trailing 8-0 out in Sussex County. Florence pays them a visit next week. Sussex County, that is. Foul for Thomas right off of his own foot. That's going to hurt. Washington cannot be beat. They are in New Jersey and have a 5-1 lead over the Jackals. And not that anyone's surprised by that. A 1-1 tie for Schaumburg in a 6-game series with Mississippi. The bottom of the 5th there, so no leader there. Joliet back at home playing another interconference team, New York. 2-0 lead for them over the Boulders. 0-2. Wanted to go after that pitch, laid off of it, a beautiful off speed. It just misses. In the Atlantic, though, to finish it out, Trois Rivières 5-0 over Quebec in Quebec. Haven't looked at final scores, but boy, they look like they're beating Quebec a little more than they probably should. It's the worst record in the league. Swing and a miss, Nate Lawson. Couple of strikeouts again in the inning. Give up 6 on the day. Give up 6 scoreless innings, and Florence a 6-0 lead. We'll be back here for the bottom of the 6th on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTM. Alex Sparks enters, or stays in the game, I should say, for Gateway. Came in to inherit the bases loaded with nobody out and did let the 3 runners come home. One of those on an error. Actually, the 4th was on an error. So 4 runs come home, 3 of them tagged to good since Sparks entered. One of them tagged to himself, but that one ends up being unearned on the air. So Florence with a chance to keep the pedal on. 2, 3, 4, another tough part of the lineup. Blomquist, Zeisler, and Richardson. After Nate Lawson is at 60. Yes, 60 pitches on the dot through 6 innings, and it's an unfathomable pace. 10 pitches per inning, scoreless, has given up 4 hits, but he hasn't walked a batter, and he's just gotten a lot of ground ball outs, a lot of pop-ups, and a pitch clock violation on Brett Blomquist to start the bottom of the 6th. Blomquist on all 3 times. Single, a walk. He's got the scoring started with a solo home run. Back in the 3rd. He takes the first pitch, hits it deep to left. Did he get another? He did! 2 home run game for Brett Blomquist at Florence. It's another run of cushion. They go up 7-0 here in the 6th. Blomquist putting on a show on Bluey night.
Bombs away for Blomquist. You know, we were mentioning had not had a home run in a while. It's only a matter of time. He gets himself 2 tonight and ties for 2nd on the team lead now with 12.
Rory, you know, a little look into our behind-the-scenes type of stuff. I had gone down after Florence had the 1-run lead of the 9th to talk to a player of the game that was going to be Brett Blomquist until Florence blew the lead at the top of the 9th. Had to talk to Hank because he hit the walk-off.
Yeah.
So
and, you know,
another chance here.
And Schoenfeld was in there.
He was.
Had a 4-hit day. First pitch to Zeisler, misses outside. Zeisler obviously chasing down history of his own right now at 46 career home runs, tied with Brendan Price for the franchise home run record. All time there, not just with the Yalls, the 1-0 in there for a strike. 2 seasons in Florence for Price, 24 and 22 homers those years. 91 RBIs. 309 average and a 304 in both his seasons, 22 and 23. Ground ball down the first baseline. They will let that go foul.
Why did he not pick that up in fair territory?
That's a ground out if he picks that up fair territory.
Zeisler just got a gift from Brandon Orff.
How about that? Price and Zeisler would have crossed paths in 2023.
Wow.
So they got to, you know, see each other play. I think Brendan Price is still in the area, just obviously have not seen him at a Y'all's game. Ever in my 3 years. 1-2. Fouls it away. Wouldn't it be cool if he was, you know, in attendance to see his record be broken?
That would be.
I doubt some of these guys even know that we're, like, talking about them.
No.
On the broadcast. Brendan Price is one of the more recent ones that, you know, Hank Zeisler has been chasing down this season. The other ones, you know, in 07 and 2012, not really close to where we're at.
Still getting talked about on Florence Y'all's broadcast.
For them, it was the freedom.
Yep.
Yeah. 1-2 the count. Sparks winds, delivers the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball left side. It's through for a base hit. Into left field. His 2nd hit of the day. Restarts the offense with the single here on the 2nd batter of the inning.
Another instance of Zeisler just taking what the pitch it gives. Gets an outside pitch this time. Punches it opposite way. Through that hole in the left side of the infield. Florence wants to really put Gateway away here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 run already across with a solo shot. There's nobody out for Zade Richardson with the runner over at first. Solo homer is the first earned run for Alex Sparks. Richardson a strikeout, reaching on an error and an infield single. First pitch almost hit him. That infield single was the one that the infield was in on because the bases were actually runners at 2nd and 3rd. Got over the head of Horn at 3rd. Beautiful diving stop to save a run by the shortstop, Smith, but Richardson still got over to first base. he skies one high to right. Medium depth. Castillo actually coming up, trying to find it in the lights, and does for the first out of the inning. Second time Richardson's been retired. Garrett Broussard is on deck. Right, Milo Rushford will come to the plate. It's not one time through the order for Sparks because the first batter he faced was Milo Rushford. He threw him one pitch, and Rushford lined it into right field to score a run. Runner on first, one out. Runner over there is Zeisler. Off speed. Misses below. So Rushford is enjoying a very nice homestand. Fastball up and away. 2-0. A little bit of this date in baseball history brought to you by Furniture Fair. Style, comfort, value. That's the Furniture Fair promise. Visit your local showroom or shop online today at FurnitureFair.net. 3-0 the count on Milo Rushford here. The first one we have, I love when we get the pre-1900 ones because it's just crazy things happening. You know that if it's archived, it has to be pretty insane from that long ago. 3-0 way outside. A 4-pitch walk. Sparks starting to lose it a little bit. Rushford gets first 2 on with 1 out. Brooklyn pitcher Brickyard Kennedy becomes so upset at umpire Hank O'Day that he throws the ball at him. The ball misses O'Day, who had his back turned, allowing George Davis to score the game-winning run for the Giants.
Wow.
That's why some of these ones are the best. We'll go to the most recent one in 1998. Garrett Broussard hits a 2 on, 1 out. First pitch gets to the backstop. Sparks continues to struggle with command. Zeisler jogs to third. Rushford cruising into second, 2 in scoring position, takes away the double play chance. In 1998, the annual trade deadline results in several significant deals, but none is bigger than the last-second swap between Houston and Seattle. The Astros get Randy Johnson shortly before midnight in return for minor leaguers John Halma, Freddie Garcia, and Carlos Guillen. Broussard punches opposite way. 2 days later, Johnson wins his Astro debut against Pittsburgh. So this is an interesting this date in baseball history because it's the trade deadline. So it makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of trade deadline trades in here. Off-speed soar for Sparks up in the zone. Awkward swing for Broussard, who goes down 1-2. In 1997, the trade deadline makes for a busy day. One big name goes, Mark McGwire to St. Louis. One stays put as Pudge Rodriguez signs a 5-year, $42 million contract with Texas. The mediocre relievers, this is what it says. Mike Timlin, Paul Spalchek, Heathcliff Solcombe. Fastball left off the plate. That is a lot of names. And a couple veteran pitchers find their way to Cleveland. But no trade is as shocking as the one pulled off by the Giants, who get Wilson Alvarez, Roberto Hernandez, and Danny Darwin for 6 minor leaguers. Infield in for the 2-2. Broussard pops it to center. This is going to be a long run up for Brand, and he's still coming, and it drops. Late break over at third. Zeisler comes home, no throw. Rushford over to third. An RBI single, another one for Florence. It's 8-0, courtesy of Garrett Broussard, his second RBI in as many innings. Still just 1 out of the inning. Florence has them on the corners as we're going to see a mound meeting from, I believe this is DJ Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
The hitting coach for Gateway is going to go out and make a mound meeting. See pitching coaches do it, see managers do it. This one is a first for me, the hitting coach.
Well, I mean, he is a veteran of the game, former Phillies farmhand. Certainly hit around Florence enough in my 2 years prior to this season to know a thing or two about pitching.
Stewart back to the dugout. Marcus Brodell with a chance to make his first stamp on this game. Did have an infield single back in the fourth. And then that RBI fielder's choice. Beautiful play by Sawyer Smith at short, would have been a single. He's already got himself a hit today. Rushford at third, Broussard at second, one guy. Broussard at first, beg your pardon. First pitch, strike at the knees to Brodell. 1978, always got to see a Pete Rose one. Pete Rose singles off Phil Nierko to extend his hit streak to 44 games as the Reds edge the Braves 3-2. Couple of misses low, actually. First one was a strike, 1-1 here on Brodell. Rose ties Willie Keeler's 81-year-old National League record achieved when foul balls didn't count as strikes. I didn't know that was ever a time. That had to be just miserable. 1-1 pitch is low. Brodell goes up 2-1. I cannot imagine watching baseball where foul balls don't count as strikes.
That's.
I feel like you get a lot more walks.
It's like banana ball.
It does sound like a banana ball rule. 2-1. Brodell punches opposite way to stay even to the count, 2-2. 267 batting average coming into the day for Brodell. This is a crazy one. 1972, Dick Allen becomes the first player since 1950 and the 7th in history, which is crazy that 7 have happened, to hit 2 inside the park homers in a game. I guess he had some crazy stadiums back then.
Dick Allen was an amazing player. Unfortunately, did not get elected into the Hall of Fame while he was still living, and was snubbed from that honor. I think it was posthumously that he was elected in there. I think that year, actually.
2-2 for Brodell. That is crazy. Here's another just wacky one in 1935, another Reds one. 2-2, swing and a miss on a pitch outside. Brodell down on strikes. Big one for Sparks. It's his second K. 2 gone now. 1935, the Reds oversell their night game and 30,000 jam in for the match against the Cards. Kitty Burke, a female fan, slips under the ropes around the infield and grabs a bat. Paul Dean lobs a pitch and she grounds out. St. Louis manager Frankie Frisch demands it to count as an out. That is wild. Swing and a miss for Dylan Baker on the first pitch. It doesn't say if he was rewarded that out. They eventually gave them that, but that is funny. Be a funny one to get video of. 0-1 off the plate, 1-1 count to Dylan Baker. Baker was the one who grounded into the fielder's choice. That ended up being an error from Horn coming home that surely would have gotten the batter. Swing and a miss again on a pitch way low. Baker down to this count 1-2, and a beautiful block behind the plate by Jose Alvarez, the all-star catcher. 8-0 Florence lead. Didn't get scoring started till the third. Then they got a 5-run fifth. And they have scored 2 in this inning on a Blomquist solo home run and an RBI single from Garrett Broussard. 1-2. Just low. Got a long day tomorrow for Country Day. That might come with a lot of waiting depending on what the rain does. We're supposed to play 14 innings of baseball in a 7-inning doubleheader. Baker calls time. Looks like he got something in his eye. Deuces are wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Grounder foul down the third base line. Could be another one of those games where you see everybody for Florence get a base hit. You would need these 8-9 hitters to do it. The first 7 in the lineup all have for Florence. Still waiting on Baker at the plate. Beadle, who's on deck. Runner takes off for second. Swing and a miss. Couple of strikeouts for Sparks to get himself out of the 6th. 2 more for Florence, just adding that cushion. 8 runs on 10 hits for him through 6 innings and an 8-0 lead. See Lawson back out to the bump on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN.
Top half of the 7th inning. Florence with an 8-0 lead over Gateway. Nathan Lawson looks to keep rolling. He'll face Bryson Horn, Jose Alvarez, and Sawyer Smith. Heart of the order. That's 4, 5, 6 to up for Gateway. It's been 7 consecutive retired for Lawson. He enters this inning right around 60 pitches. He has been masterful against the Grizzlies. One again. That is on the dot, 60 pitches. We are joined by Kurt Kramer here in the top of the 7th. Better late than never, but Kurt, you are on time here today.
That's right, baby. We are on time in the booth today. Roar, good to be here on what a bluegrass blowout night.
Yeah, it is.
God, it is a packed house here at Thomas More for Bluey Night.
It is a very packed house. I can't wait to get the actual attendance coming through here.
15,000.
Stadium holds 4. Swing and a miss. Stadium seats 4. Holds, clearly 10,000 from tacos and tequila. Could have got more on there.
Yeah, I'd like to see the numbers too, because we are pushing. We are pushing that number tonight.
Yeah, it is packed.
Yeah, what a great night for the Florence Y'all's offense, though.
Yeah. Did you end up picking anyone for the home run? Brett Blomquist has picked up 2. No, you did not.
No, I swear it is on the board. I wrote it right after everything started. So
after everything started.
I have not seen any baseball this entire night.
On camera after everything started. Now, the rule is it has to be on the board before I leave. That one's popped out in foul territory.
I didn't make it. I did not catch you in time, but the game had not started before I put Blomquist on. But I have not seen anything. I have not seen a single play of baseball.
You're not going to get any help from the committee. That already gave you an asterisk prior to this.
I saw that. I saw the asterisks on the board. I mean, that's not fair.
It was a similar
That's all I'm going to say. It is not fair.
It was a similar situation.
It's not a fair asterisk on the board.
That's 8 retired for Lawson. Jose Alvarez at the plate. He has actually got 2 hits against Lawson, who's only allowed 4. So half the hits here in both plate appearances for Jose Alvarez. He grounds one foul down the third base line. Now, you mentioned this has to be a quick rip that pack. So let's get into another box of 2026 Topps Chrome. And we're due because we've opened a few boxes of Topps Chrome. Me and you have opened one. I opened one on the road. And on air, we did not get the numbered card, but Toby Hall was able to pull it on the ride home, a numbered Randy Arozarena. But the last box we had, I mean, absolutely nothing. There's the 3rd hit of the day from Jose Alvarez that'll break up the streak. He has picked up 3 of the 5 hits for Gateway.
certainly has Nate Lawson read like a book there. Brings up Sawyer Smith, who's 0 for 2.
So I believe I'm 1 up.
I think we're even.
Are we?
Yeah, I think I tied it up.
Okay.
I think I tied it up there.
Now I got dibs on any Pat Murphys you pull.
I tell you what, I would have loved to see any sort of color, and I've just seen all gray refractors this whole time. Did we just see an engagement? Line drive, snag from Zeisler. He catches Alvarez off the base paths and on the ground. That is a line-out double play and an unconventional 1-2-3. Are you good for another half inning?
Looky what I found at first base. Yes.
Okay,
yes,
we'll see
sir.
you after stretch time. Florence with an 8-0 lead. Looking ahead when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN.
Zeiss looked down at his glove.
Hooves Hangout Pitching Change. Looking for the perfect spot to relax and open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards. Visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hooves Hangout today. 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. Josh Dima, the lefty, is in for Gateway. End of the line for Alex Sparks, who goes 2 innings. Gives up 3 runs, 2 earned. Decent amount of hits. Decent amount of hits, about,
Say the least.
yeah, 4 hits, couple of walks. He did pick up 3 Ks. We are going to continue with our Rip That Pack segment here, a 5.93 ERA for Dima across 30 1/3, 34 Ks. Zach Beadle will be the first to face him, followed by the top of the order, Tyler Shaney Felton, Brett Blomquist. Florence with an 8-0 lead looking to add. Now we're opening the 2026 Topps Chrome. I will start off with Jimmy Crooks, the catcher rookie card for the St. Louis Cardinals. Don't know who he is, but we're going to stick with the Cardinals and pull a Victor Scott the second. I think that's the second time I've got him. Victor Scott, we actually was one of the guys we had pulled an autograph of last year.
Oh, okay. Good
One of the
memory.
few, one of the few on-card autos we got last year. Then we go Will Smith. Obviously, his tenure of winning a World Series the last 5 years, I believe. Will Smith has
Will
won.
Smith. Yeah. I think we're going to see 6, especially if the Dodgers pick up what's his name from the Tigers.
Yes, that'd be
at the
Skubal.
mound. Yes, Skubal.
Beadle ropes the first pitch into center field. In comes Brandon. He makes the grab. That was 101 off the bat. 1 pitch, 1 away. And then my other one will just be a. Is that a refractor? It is a refractor of Carlos Rodon. Nothing special, but
nothing to write home about.
Yeah, just a straight up refractor of Carlos Rodon. Is centered pretty well.
Here. We got a Paul Goldschmidt on the back. Something. Starting out with an Andrew Painter rookie for your boys, the Phillies. Yeah. Little Denzer Guzman rookie. Followed by Jose Ramirez from the Guardians, and then into a Paul Goldschmidt Wrecking Crew. Nothing numbered, nothing crazy there, but
it's a regular insert, and somehow that's going to get you the win.
Somehow. Somehow old Curdy Bob comes away with a W.
Let's show them that Wrecking Crew.
Sounds
show them the Wrecking Crew.
Show that the good folks at home there.
Yeah. Good folks at home. That's the Paul Goldschmidt Wrecking Crew, the winner of today's Rip That Pack. It's a nice insert, 1-1. Misses outside.
Now, it's been quite a long week. Rory, you ready for a little rockin' Saturday
I
tomorrow
am.
night?
I am, as long as the weather holds.
Country night here at Thomas More. I got my cowboy hat in the car ready to go.
2-1. Top of the zone, no good. 3-1 the count. Last year I wore boots and jeans for country night. I think I wore my country jersey cutoff, the Y'alls one. I'm interested if I'm going to go back to that. We'll see. Here's the 3-1 misses out. 5-pitch walk to Tyler Schoenfeld. And to bring up Brett Blomquist, who's homered twice today. He's 3 for 3, 3 runs scored. He also had a walk. He's 4 times on base. Now, Kurt, even if we do accept this, you only get one.
I don't get 2 points for that?
No, you only get 1 point. That's been the rule all season.
I'll take it. The asterisks already on the board.
There might be 2.
That's fine.
Blomquist fouls it away. He's looking for a 3-homer game. Would be the first since Dylan Baker against these Grizzlies, but that was in Sauget, Illinois.
Now, does that put 3 Y'alls players over the 10-home run mark then this season?
Let's see. He was already at 10. He's at 12. Bobo's at 12, and Zeisler's at 13. Right on their tail would be Dylan Baker with 9.
What a chase you got going on in the clubhouse this
Yeah.
year at Florence. I wonder if they got anything on it.
I don't know. That'd be an
Maybe
interesting question, yeah.
Maybe a little dinner at El Nepal for the winter. I don't know.
I'm interested if they go to El Nepal. They'll, once they start getting it catered, they're one of our new Feed the Team partnerships. I got to assume that they might start to like it. That one's fouled away. Count stays 0-2.
El Nepal catering breakfast. How does that sound?
Is that what it is?
Little breakfast
Yeah.
from El Nepal.
Breakfast.
Yeah.
Any pollo con arroz? That stuff's good. That stuff's real good. So good that even on Taco Tuesday I'm getting it. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3, bottom of the zone, 92 dotted up there. That is the first game for Josh Dima.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. If I woke up in the morning and came down and I had a large queso at 9 a.m., I'd be happy with that. I'm okay with that.
Nothing wrong with that, yeah.
Queso.
Hank Zeisler chasing history. I'm saying this partially as well. I feel like every time I have to say it, but the last 2 times I've said it, RBI double and a single comes home for a run scored. He is 2 for 3 today with an RBI double. Ground ball up the middle and right on cue, a base hit for Hank Zeisler. He's picked up 3 hits on the day. It's another 3-hit ball game for him. Just add to the many this season. 2 outs, runners first and second for Zade Richardson. Richardson is 1 for 4. Single and a run scored back in the 5th. Kurt, any of your kids Bluey fans?
Oh, yeah, that is a show that is a constant at our house.
I mean, certainly it's popular in Florence, Northern Kentucky, because it has drawn a massive crowd here to Thomas More Stadium. First pitch to Richardson, misses upstairs.
I mean, I find it, I actually like the show too.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty good. There are a lot of dads and moms here tonight with Bluey shirts on. So
You think by design, or is that forced?
no, I think it's a show that
The 1-0, off speed in there.
a lot of good parenting techniques in that show, and how to handle your kids when they're being kids.
Well, you know what's interesting is that I always hear that Bluey is using the colors that dogs can see, and that's why dogs like watching it as well.
That's a first. I've never heard that. That's pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
1-1 misses downstairs. Now it's Bluey, and they're using colors dogs can see, but it still hurts Ben, who's colorblind. He just still sees black and white. And Ben's actually not on the call right now. He's down talking to his parents. 2-1, swing and a miss.
Yeah, I am colorblind as well. So I have both blue, purple, and red, green.
Yeah, you know what? You're
But
just
I
saying
assure
colors
you,
to me.
I assure you, neither of us see in black and white. But that is the common question. When I tell people that, they immediately assume that's how I see the world.
Look back at second. The 2-2 misses upstairs. My dad is colorblind, and we used to always go to these eye exams. And in those eye exams, there's a book that the doctor would just flip through, and it says number hidden in all the colors.
Yep.
And, I go through, and I'm bang, 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 and my dad goes through. He gets, 2, and then he's, guessing. I used to try and give him the answer so he could get them right. Here's the payoff. Skies it. Foul. We'll do it again.
I remember the first time I had to take that test. They showed me the book, and I thought it was a trick. I looked at the guy and said,
There's
not
not a number
in this entire book. That was an aptitude test.
I'm sure everyone's right there with you.
Now they make the glasses, which is pretty cool. They have the colorblind
I've seen
corrected
that.
glasses
I've
out.
seen
I had a pair for about 2 or 3 months before I lost them.
Payoff, swing and a miss, gets away from the catcher. That goes all the way to the Y'all's dugout, and it's out of play. They will retreat Schoenfeld back to third.
I don't know if I like that.
Drop third strike to load the bases.
Now, Roy, you'll have to jump in here for the call. Now, I mean, he was rounding third as the ball was still heading to the dugout. As
that is
Schoenfeld
interesting.
came around third, the ball had yet to leave play.
Now, there's some sort of rule. That one's sped up there. That's a
It's very close.
Yeah, it's a tough. There's some sort of rule where if it's thrown from a pitcher, you only get the one base. But if that was thrown from someone in the field and it went into the dugout out of play, then you get the 2 bases. I want to say there's something like that. I wouldn't quote me on it. Either way, it's just going to be a drop third strike and the bases loaded, 2 outs now for Milo Rushford. That is the second K for Dima of the inning. He's going to have to get 4 outs this inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs right now. 8-0 lead for Florence. Rushford today is 1 for 3 with an RBI single and a walk. From the stretch, the lefty-lefty battle misses outside. I want to know the count. Florence trying to get 9 games over 500. Here's the 1-0. Misses downstairs. On the other side of the ball, Nate Lawson has gone 7 masterful innings, and I don't see anyone in the bullpen. So Lawson will be coming out for the 8th inning, and for good reason. I think he's still low in that pitch count. 2-0 to Rushford. He'd there for a strike 2-1. Lawson's season high was 7 innings against Windy City back on June 30th. With 1 out, he'll have his highest outing in his professional career. 2-1. Skied foul. And if he's able to get to the 8th, he'll match only Evan Webster as pitchers this season that were able to get to the 8th inning. It was 7 innings from Casey Bargo against these Grizzlies as the other one. Here's the 2-2. Fouls it away again. Rushford battling at the plate. Dima, look back at second. 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3, top of the zone. Beautifully painted up there. That is 3 Ks in the inning for Dima. 1 was a drop third strike. He picks up 4 outs and strands the bases loaded. We head to the top of the 8th. That's going to be it for you, Kurt.
That'll do it for me tonight, and I will see you guys again tomorrow night for Rockin' Saturday Country Night with the Billy Brown Band. So if you can make your way out, it's going to be a heck of a night here at Thomas More. I'm off to the concourse for some cold, tasty beers and good times. Roar, always a pleasure.
Absolutely. Go have fun out there, Kurt. Thanks for joining
Yes,
us.
sir.
We're headed to the top of the 8th when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDM. Top of the 8th, an 8-0 lead for Florence. Yeah, I got you. I saw that. Top of the 8th, an 8-0 lead here for Florence. Welcome back to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN, as well as the Florence Yells Radio Network. Nathan Lawson looking for his 8th inning of work. That one misses outside. He's at 67 pitches. He has just been dominant against these Grizzlies today, picking up 6 Ks, an unconventional 1-2-3 in the 7th. He's allowed just 5 hits, 3 of them to one person. 7-8-9 due up for the Grizzlies. Here's the 1-0 ground ball over towards the second baseman. Blomquist fields it on 2 hops. Throw on to first is in time. 4-3 on the put away. It was a heck of a double play to get out of the 7th. There was a runner on first, a line shot off the bat of Sawyer Smith right to Hank Zeisler. Jose Alvarez had his ankles broken there, could not get back to first, and Zeisler was able to spin it. How'd that look down on the from the stands, Ben?
It's a couple of hard contact. That one single from Alvarez, and then that line drive looked even harder.
Yeah.
I thought I was getting down the gap. What did Kurt do to my headset?
That one's fouled away to Cole Brannon. Kurt did win our Rip That Pack. It was one of the most uneventful Rip That Packs in the history of Rip That Pack.
Really?
Yeah, he
We've
won.
had some more uneventful ones.
He won on a base insert of Paul Goldschmidt. Like someone who might not even have played this year if the Yankees didn't need a guy. That one's in there for a strike. 0-2 the count.
So I have a 13-12-5 lead for Kurt.
There you go.
And I like you being honest. You didn't have to tell me because Kurt's not in the booth anymore.
Oh, that would have been. Now that you said, Mrs. Downstairs. And because I'm a man of integrity as well, we were talking about Bluey being used in colors for dogs, and I said still somehow Ben would not be able to see it. And then we went on.
That's an unfair shot to someone who wasn't in the booth at the time.
That's what I said. I'm a fair man, and I'll say it here as well while you're in the booth. It was too good a joke to not say just because you weren't in the booth. That one misses outside. Then we went into a full conversation about colorblind tests. And Kurt is severely colorblind as well. He's got like 4 colors he can't. He had red, green, purple, and something else.
Well, that's what I'm red, green, purple, and blue are the 4 for me.
Okay, well, that's probably the same thing then. You know, Ben, that takes up most of the spectrum.
It does.
Here's the 1-2. Grounded down the first baseline and foul again.
And I get it out of the way because I have been asked this a lot. I have gotten a pretty cool chance to experience the colorblind classes. And it literally is just a new, like I couldn't explain what I was seeing. Everything was just brighter. Like it felt like you just were in a dark room and stepped outside on a bright sunny day. And it worked. It was awesome.
1-2. Hard hit. Foul again. And Kurt said he had the colorblind glasses as well, but he unfortunately lost them.
I never had. I just tried some.
Yeah.
That would make me frustrated. Not that you necessarily need it.
Glasses are such a losable thing. I am always misplacing mine, and whenever I do, it's like my heart just keeps racing until I find them. There was a full game actually in Gateway where I didn't have them in the booth, and I was like, where did I put them? 1-2. Misses upstairs, 2-2 the count.
They're on your head?
No, man, I've been there, though. And they were in the coach's office, which was great.
That's huge.
And Harry was like, I knew you were going to be stressing about those. They were just on a chair. Here's the 2-2. Misses downstairs.
Also saw a new one that I've never seen before. The third strike. Ball getting into the dugout.
Yep. Drop third strike, goes into the dugout. Wasn't really an out-of-play ball, though. I don't think anyone was granted an extra base. Everyone just moved on it. The payoff, skied high, behind home plate. Looks like over us. Would have been fun if that dropped right in front.
This could be one of those double interview player of the game types of nights.
Yeah, you got Lawson and you got Blomquist.
And
if you see Lawson go a complete game,
yeah,
I mean that is amazing. Payoff, misses upstairs. That is the first walk issued by Lawson.
And a game where Florence needs it more than anything.
Yeah.
Middle of a 7-game week, and you had the bullpen struggle yesterday. You had to use a lot of guys. It's truly spectacular. And
he's up to 78 pitches.
Nothing could happen to change that at this point. I mean, 7 1/3 is pretty, much what you need.
Yeah, that's his professional high. Surpassing his 7 innings on June 30th. Something about him pitching in the last day of the month, I guess.
Huh.
July 31st here, June 30th there. Was not around for May 31st.
Now look, we play August 31st. I think it's the penultimate week of the year.
Better hope he's on the mound. Florence with an 8-0 lead, 11 hits to 5. It's the bottom of the order, Brendan Orff. 0 for 2 today. First pitch to him, in there for a strike. Brandon Orff, 3 for 12 against the Y'alls entering today. He's now 3 for 14, below 250. 0-1, swing and a miss. 0-2. How's your family doing down there? Are they
are great.
Enjoying the game?
They are. My brother and sister-in-law's nephew came with them, Brooks Lloyd, 3-year-old. Loved the kid zone.
Loved the kid zone.
Yep.
Get to go down the slide?
Slide, bounce
Wow.
house, all of it.
0-2, misses upstairs. Did she tell you that you had to go down?
No, they didn't.
The Y'alls clinch the playoffs at home. You're going down the slide.
Absolutely.
Here's the 1-2. Check swing. Doesn't go around. They were looking down the third baseline. The umpire's not there. He's behind second. 2-2 the count.
Danny Halbrin met the family, wanted to tell him about the fun Hank Zaid story that we'll keep close to the jacket.
2-2 fouls it away. Crowd sound loud down there?
Yeah, it was great.
It's a good environment today on Blue and
I mean,
I'm still awaiting the final number.
Purdy's in an 8-0 game are still giving it to the
Honestly,
umpires.
just a tip of the cap to them.
Yeah.
One of the biggest moves of the offseason was getting their season tickets right behind home plate. 2-2.
Ooh.
Missing upstairs. Couple inches up.
It's high.
Yep. Full count again. Runner on first, 1 away. Lawson trying not to walk his second straight. The payoff. Ground ball over towards the second baseman, Blomquist. Does not throw to second, just goes to first for the fielder's choice. Will be a 4-3 put away. Brandon moves on to second. 85 pitches for Nathan Lawson. It's been a longer inning for him. I'm interested in what the number is.
Yeah.
Obviously, with a decent cushion, he could extend him just into the ninth, just to save everyone else and also give him that honor. It's got to be a quick out here, though, and it is. One ground ball over towards Zeisler. The throw will be wide. A run comes home to score. That's an error. Now it'll be an E3 on Hank Zeisler.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Beetle, too, had to take a longer route because the umpire actually got in the way. And nobody was covering home anyway.
So that is now an 8-1 game. It'll be an unearned run. Runner on first and 2 away for Jose Cordoba, who's 0 for 3. That one misses downstairs. Now you're nearing 90 pitches trying to get out of this inning. That could have been a one pitch, one away to Darrell Lee. There's a high hopper over towards Broussard. He gloves it. Throw across the diamond is scooped up by Hank Zeisler. 5-3 on the put away. Strands a runner at first. An unearned run comes across. 8-1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom of the 8th. Josh Duma's going to stay out there. Garrett Broussard, Marcus Brodell, and Dylan Baker. The one's due up for Florence. 8-1 lead. I don't see any action in the bullpen right now. It looks like it's going to be Lawson. Not a complete game shutout anymore, but he can still go for a complete game. Interested in who it even would be. Probably Lynch. I don't think you'd waste Heinz in a 7-run lead.
I don't know if it's about wasting. I don't know if you have any options.
It's a fair point.
Jake Lynch, I think, should be available. He did not throw many pitches yesterday. Faced 3 batters.
With that being said, just of what we've seen, you could throw Shaney, Zeisler, or Harbison, and they'd get out of the inning.
It's true. Wouldn't that be something?
Garrett Broussard is the batter. He is 1 for 3, RBI single, and an RBI walk. 2 RBIs today. First pitch misses outside. Let's take a look around the league again. Get another update on that out-of-town scoreboard. Powered by iScore, presented by Thornbush Whiskey. How'd they enjoy the Thornbush Whiskey?
They were big fans.
Yeah, of course they are. 5-run 7th inning for Schaumburg. They take a 6-2 lead over the Mud Monsters, still in that top of the 7th. Check swing goes around. Slammers coming back off the sweep. They carry a 2-1 lead over the Boulders in the top of the 8th. Windy City and Evansville, top of the 7th there. Windy City not helping out anyone in the Florence organization. Losing and also losing to Evansville, 4-1. Danny Halbrin will have something to say about that. 2-2. Grounder foul down the third baseline. You mentioned it, Trois Rivières des Aigles against Quebec Capital at Stade Canac. I believe that's how it's pronounced. So it is
Pretty
pronounced.
good.
It's pronounced somewhat different, I'm sure. Top of the 7th. Wow, one's all the way to the backstop. Full count. Top of the 7th, a 5-3 lead for Trois Rivières. Trois Rivières. Bottom of the 7th. Whoa. Was this game like this when you called it 18-1 Sussex County?
It was 8-0, not 18-1.
They had a 9-run 6th. The payoff pitch misses upstairs.
I mean,
Lake Erie, a slim chance of coming back in that one.
Yeah, they're starting to slide a little bit. It just has not been their year. Coming off of a playoff berth last year.
Man. Leadoff walk for Garrett Broussard. His 3rd time on base today. He'll bring up Marcus Brodell. He's looking for his first hit since the 4th. He's 1 for 4. Lefty-lefty battle. Bottom of the 8th here at Thomas More Stadium. 8-1 lead for Florence over Gateway. It's top of the 7th. 6-5 lead for Ottawa over Brockton. Ground ball over to the second baseman. Only throw is on to first. 4-3 on the put away. Broussard moves up to second. Tri-City at Down East. Bottom of the 8th. 3-3 ball game. Down East has the bases loaded and 1 away. Big game there in the Atlantic. Then it's the bottom of the 8th, an 8-5 lead for Washington over New Jersey. New Jersey's in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs, bases loaded. They've scored 4 runs in the inning.
Check that forecast.
Felix Stevens at the plate.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah. Activated off the special inactiveness. Broken bat over towards the shortstop. Smith. Throw across his body is in time. 6-3 on the put away. Had a little bit of a tough time getting that out of the glove at first. Still able to retire Dylan Baker.
Rory, I got significant rain from 7 a.m. on Friday or on Saturday tomorrow to about midnight Monday morning.
Midnight Monday morning?
Yeah.
And what is that? That's Apple weather?
It is, but I've also, I've been chatting with other people who look at the same thing.
Anyone that's taken a meteorology class?
Me, I've taken a meteorology.
Did you?
Yes.
What'd you get?
It's a good question. It was either a B+ or an A-.
See, that's just bad.
It's harder than you'd think.
Not really.
You say it like you've taken a meteorology
I have
class.
taken a meteorology class. I got A+. Senior year, 01. In there for a strength. I was so good in that class that there was a go out and do something, do something meteorology for the rest of the class time. And I finished as well as 2 of my other friends. And we finished so quick that we then went and got a beer during the class at the local dive bar across the street, the Tam there on Boylston.
Now, you wouldn't have been able to handle my
0-2 misses outside.
big public university 87% acceptance rate university's meteorology class.
What was it? Was it just asking questions on what the weather is that day?
No, it was,
Pop quiz. What's the temperature right now, Ben? Swinging a miss, Beetle down on strengths.
cold.
To end,
0 for 1, I guess.
to end the inning, Broussard stranded at third. We head to the top of the 9th, an 8-1 lead. Lawson's going to look for the first complete game of the season for Florence. Can he get it when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN? Top of the ninth, Nathan Lawson looking for a complete game. One unearned run is the only run allowed so far for Lawson, trying to deal the first complete game for Florence this season. The Y'alls had a couple last year, 7-inning doubleheader games, as well as Zach Westcott spending a masterful 9 innings. First pitch runs inside and hits Dale Thomas. Leadoff runner will be aboard right away. I think that control just, dwindling a little bit down here into the ninth. It's not, obviously not uncommon. He's pitching the longest he has all season. 8 complete so far, giving up 5 hits, 1 earned run. But he had the walk and another full count, and there with a hit by pitch. Batter will be Bryson Horn, the lefty. That one misses upstairs. Lawson has really kept this Gateway team off balance all night. Again, just 5 hits, 3 of them to one person. Jose Alvarez, a 3-for-3 line. That one's fouled away. He's picked up 6 Ks. Just that 1 walk last inning. Really has been something special. And we mentioned prior that this was Lawson rebounding from just 2/3 of an inning, 2 1/3 of an inning in Windy City his last time out. I certainly say he has rebounded very nicely. 1-1, fouls it away. Plus, everything else that Florence was dealing with from the bullpen standpoint, using everybody out of the pen yesterday. They had limited options, just 2 really available options for today. And if they don't have to use any of them, that would be incredible and really set you up for the series the rest of the way through, including the doubleheader tomorrow. Oh, Lawson a balk. And Lawson looked like he was going to go to the set, then stepped off after that. Thinking about that runner a little too much. 7-run lead. Again, he does not matter. It's really just how can Lawson get out of this inning. There's the 1-2. Ground ball over towards the second baseman. That would have been a double play. Instead, the throw will just go on to first. And Dale Thomas will head on over to third. 4-3 on the put away. Hit on the screws, 99 off the bat. Brings up Jose Alvarez, the one guy who has hit him. Alvarez 3-for-3 tonight, trying to go 4-for-4. The lone offensive all-star for the Grizzlies this season. He's had a heck of a day against Lawson. Fouls that one away off his leg. Alvarez entered today hitting .347, a team high. 2 homers, 23 RBIs. As a runner out on third. Out of Russell Springs, Kentucky. The WKU alum. 0-1. Skied out towards right field. Rushford comes in, now works back. Should be deep enough. He makes the catch, tagging from third, and the throw is offline and gets away from Zach Beadle. So a sacrifice fly from Jose Alvarez does bring home a run to make it 8-2, but 2 away and just 1 out away from a complete game from Nathan Lawson. Base is empty. Sawyer Smith coming to the plate, the lefty, who's 0-for-3 today. I got to tell you, it's a little odd that Florence is in the 9th inning, and I'm not worried about the game being tied right now. We have had some dicey ninths, and it feels good. It's just a weird feeling for me. Don't get me wrong, I can definitely get used to this, hopefully. The 0-1 misses downstairs all the way to the backstop. Some fireworks coming through later. Some bluey fireworks detonated by Rozzi. I don't know any bluey music, but always exciting to see some fireworks. 1-1. Fouls it away. 1-2. Gateway down to their final strike. Florence trying to seal a series win against the Grizzlies. Entered today 6-2 against them. They have at least given them chance themselves to split it. But at this point, that would be very disappointing. Over 3,000 plus getting loud here at Thomas More Stadium. From the stretch, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Complete game from Nathan Lawson, and Florence takes home an 8-2 win. 7 Ks on the night. What a way to end it for the Y'all's rookie pitcher. Just when they needed him the most, he delivers 9 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, and 7 Ks in a masterful performance. Might I say, one of the best outings, if not the best outing of the season for any Florence pitcher. Lawson is all the Y'alls needed in a night where they did not have a lot of bullpen options. He gets the win, his 4th of the season. Tygood gets the loss. Brett Blomquist as well, a heck of a day with 3 hits, 2 homers, 3 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. Fireworks are on the way, so we want to make sure we send it down to Ben Hauer when he does get 2 players of the game. One will be Blomquist, and one will be Lawson. A really great game from Florence. They did their damage in the 5th with 5 runs on 3 hits and 3 walks. Blomquist, a homer, a solo shot in the 3rd. That was his 11th. And he got his 12th of the season, a solo blast in the 6th to lead off that inning. And then it was an RBI single from Broussard to end the 6th and end the scoring for Florence. Let's send it down to Ben, who's got our 2 players of the game.
Thanks a lot, Rory. With the man, it's been a long time since Florence's complete game here at Thomas More Stadium, and a fitting with the strikeout to end it. How'd it feel?
Felt awesome. Came out here, everything felt good, landing first pitch strikes, and the best of all, my defense had me back. I'd be back on the offensive side, especially this over here.
Well, a big part to save that first run. A beautiful throw. You already talked about your defense, but how fun was it that full performance?
Dude, this was a full game in every aspect, and it's always fun to do that. Offensive pitching and hitting at the plate.
Hitting at the plate, Brett. 2-run game for you. Got 12. Unreal tear in this Florence lineup. What were you seeing today?
And it's just, we've been working on it in the cage. I've been struggling a little bit. Like you said, it's been a while since I had a home run. Really just had recently. Just work in the cage and get back to where I'm at and keep the headspace right. You get to come out here every day and do the same thing. So that's also a relief. So, yeah, it was fun. It was good. It was a good time. And good job. Shout out him. He pitched one heck of a game.
Out of the break. Thanks. Go. Rory.
Well, sorry for that partial breaking up there of the microphone. But always good to hear from him. Congratulations to Brett on the 2 homers and a 3-hit day. Congratulations to Nathan Lawson, who delivers one of the best outings of the season. We'll keep things brief here on the post-game show. Fireworks are coming up. Florence with an 8-2 win here tonight. It is going to be one that you want to pay attention to the social media tomorrow. A doubleheader, 4:30 on the first pitch. Gates open at 4. Country night at Thomas More Stadium. The weather looking a little dicey for that 7-inning doubleheader. Pay attention to everything in case there is any delays or anything that could obviously pause that doubleheader, possibly postpone it to Sunday as well. So we'll try and get that one in. As Ben mentioned, a lot of rain in the forecast coming through. Florence, masterful today. 8-2 win. They take home the season series against the Gateway Grizzlies. 7-2 right now, but still looking to do some more damage and stay above 500. Obviously, they're 9 games, a season high above 500, and now pretty incredible baseball they are playing. 11-2 since the All-Star break. That'll do it for us here on the broadcast. Ben down on the field. I've been Rory Tettemer, as always, saying so long from Thomas More Stadium, and y'all have a good night.